There he is.
I didn't know. I just grabbed them in case. Sorry. Are you doing all right?
In Oklahoma, as Owasso Ram football is on the air, I'm Grant Merrill along with Steve Mowry, Kelly Ward roaming the sidelines tonight, and Rob Williams keeping all the stats. Gabe Kessler is punching all the buttons and making our video stream look good. And we appreciate Dave back in the studios of KYFM for taking care of our radio broadcast tonight. It is always a great night to be an Owasso Ram, but it's a better night when you're number one and you're 4-0. And we come into this ball game tonight against an Edmond Husky team, an Edmond North Husky team, Steve, that's had its challenges so far. They've won one game over crosstown rival Edmond Memorial this year, squeaked by them 21-20. A lot of folks thinking this may be pretty lopsided tonight, but also we're not taking anything for granted.
Well, and we've talked to Coach Blankenship about that, and we all agree that this may be his toughest coaching challenge of the season so far. As he mentioned, it's easy in trying to get kids up for games against the Broken Arrows and the Unions, but like we've said, these kids are smart. They read the papers, they go on Twitter and those type of social media aspects. They know that Edmond North is struggling, and the Rams are number one ranked in the state right now. But as Coach B has said, they've got a target on their back, do the Rams. They've got to come in, they've got to be prepared, because this Edmond North team is excited here on their new field, a great facility here for the Huskies. The Rams have got to come in and they've got to make a statement early, whether it be on offense or defense or both.
You probably remember the days well when Edmond shared three different schools with one stadium, and now each of those schools has their own. This is the second year that the Huskies have played in this one, and it's a beautiful facility. We've got a great press box. It's just a wonderful place to play some football. Tonight is their homecoming. They're doing their pregame festivities right now as they bring some people out on the field for recognition and honors, and that may play into a little bit of how this game is going to be affected, Steve. Of course, they're wanting to put on a good show for their home crowd tonight, but also that brings some distractions into the ball game as well for the Huskies.
Absolutely does. A lot of distractions throughout the week, the homecoming festivities, things going on with the band, and coming into a big game like tonight. They're going to want to make sure that they are ready to play ball as they face the number one ranked Rams. Incidentally, Grant, I believe, Rob, correct me if I'm wrong, I believe Owasso beat Edmond North the last game they played on Watland Field over at Central Oklahoma. It was a game that looks like it was going to go into overtime as the Huskies scored late, came out to kick the extra point and missed it, and the Rams were able to take home a win that night. 31-30. So an exciting time there. Just some history between these two ball clubs who have been off and on throughout the years, and we don't expect anything less here this evening.
Well, it's going to be a great ball game as we continue with the pregame show. When we come back, we'll go over our Duralast Roofing starting lineups, and we'll give you your Owasso First Assembly keys to victory as well. Stay with us. You're watching and listening to Owasso Ram football on the Owasso Sports Network at 100.1 KYFM. So Rams are on the road tonight to take on these Huskies on homecoming. I'm Grant Merrill along with Steve Mowry and Rob Williams. Gabe Kessler is punching the buttons on TV tonight, and Dave's back in the studio of KYFM getting our radio broadcast up and running. Our starting lineups tonight brought to you by Duralast Roofing. Zach Harbaugh and his crew ready to take care of your roof. Give them a call today or visit them on the web at duralastruroofing.com. Our offense is mainly the same, Steve. Cole Duggar starting at quarterback, the 6'1", 180-pound senior. His running back, Isaiah Jacobs, the 6', 208-pound senior. In the wide receivers positions, Peyton Luss, Trey Goins, and Keelan Carney. Now, one thing you need to know, Keelan Carney is wearing the number 80 tonight instead of the number 17, so they have changed that. Mario Kirby starting at tight end this evening. Hudson Mosby at left tackle, Logan Ledbetter at left guard, Alan Carey the center tonight, Grayson Isaac at right guard, and right tackle is Dylan Gilbert. On the defensive side of the football, Hayden Grant will start in the defensive end position, as does Andre King. Michael Jamerson and Caleb Nealis, your two defensive tackles. Outside linebacker is Cody Chase. Inside linebackers, Ahmad Triplett, Brendan Dye. Safeties, Dawson Adams and Gage Laney. Deuce Mayberry in the cornerback position, and Omar Barker in the other cornerback position as well. Tate Farley will be punting the football tonight. Place kicker is Will Phelps, and kickoffs will be handled by Hagan Hood tonight. So we've got plenty of familiar names and great starters. And one thing about this, Steve, is if this goes as expected by many of the prognosticators, we may be getting into those 2 deep and 3 deep positions as well on that depth chart.
Well, if the Rams take care of business early, that's what you expect. But here in the early part of the season, coaches are still trying to determine some of the tendencies of their ball club. And let's face it, Grant, we've looked supreme on offense as well as defense. But special teams have certainly been an Achilles heel for the Owasso Rams. I know Coach Blankenship and his staff have been working diligently to try to shore up some issues on that end. And in games that we've won, had we not been so efficient on offense, that can be a game changer. It may not be so glaring now, but as we go through this district and get ready hopefully for a playoff run, that can be a game changer. So I know that's something of interest here tonight, is watching special teams, how we cover kickoffs. Are we going to kick deep? There's a wind blowing from south to the north steadily. I don't know if that's enough for Coach Blankenship to want to try to kick it out of the end zone. Punts, protection, we're still trying to shore up some things there, as the Rams have had 3 punts blocked on the season, 2 recovered for touchdowns. So a lot to be worked on, and as Coach Blankenship says, we want to improve. It's not so much coming out here and just playing a good game. We want to get better each game. It's going to be interesting to see tonight what area or areas the Rams improve in this ball game this evening.
Our keys to victory brought to you by Owasso First Assembly of God. Of course, you can visit them online at owassofirst.com, or you can watch their Facebook Live account for services on Sunday morning, or you can do it the old-fashioned way. Show up at church on 10:30 on Sunday morning in the brand new sanctuary. Owasso First and Pastor Bruce McCarty, proud sponsors of the Owasso Rams. And if you've got keys to victory tonight, Steve, to expound on more than what you already have, what are they?
Yeah, well, I mean, obviously, number one, the special teams, wanting to improve in that area. Offensively tonight, it'll be interesting to see if Isaiah Jacobs, if the Rams don't try to keep the ball on the ground and grind it out a little more, I think he's going to be key in this ball game. And, of course, the man who has stepped up defensively that I think and hope that we be calling his name a lot this evening, Ahmad Triplett. He's been fantastic, really raising his level of leadership on the ball field, and it just seems, Grant, like at some point in the ball game defensively, he lays a magnificent hit on someone that just seems to elevate this ball club to another level defensively. So I think those will be keys, trying to get more specific than just the generalized turnovers and mistakes. So special teams, Isaiah Jacobs on offense. You know, another key is Cole Duggar. Hasn't thrown an interception on the season so far. He has been fantastic, and I know that the coaches are wanting to try to stretch the field a little bit more, see if they give him that opportunity as well. But, man, these guys have just been performing fantastic here these first 4 games.
All right, we'll take another 3-minute timeout. When we come back, we'll get ready for kickoff. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football on 100.1 KYFM. Edmond as the Owasso Rams, your #1 team in Class 6A1, take on the Huskies of Edmond North. I'm Grant Merrill along with Steve Mallory. Rob Williams doing the stats tonight. Gabe Kessler is doing the TV. Horatio back here is doing something. And then Kelly Ward is rolling the sidelines tonight. So we've got the full crew here and ready to go as we are just about to welcome both of our teams onto the field. Of course, Owasso running through their normal get up for the when they run onto the field, and Edmond North is actually running through a very large inflatable inn, which they will run through here in just a moment. They've got the fog going, and Owasso's just about ready to come onto this field. And Steve, pretty good home crowd here, but Owasso's traveled pretty well too.
Yeah, I mean, the fact is, Grant, they're very excited when Owasso's winning. When we're not doing so well, we tend to not travel as well. And tonight, the Rams have done a pretty good job coming up the Turnpike. It was a good, nice, easy drive. Got new Turnpike Highway coming out of Tulsa that's really nice, and they'll have it all lit up when we go back home. So a nice crowd. They've done a fantastic job at home, but unfortunately, our guys that are streaming do such a good job covering this, Grant, that some folks, when it's in the balance, they'll stay home and they'll watch this.
It was a nice drive over. The state trooper that usually sits at Stroud was preoccupied tonight, so we were able to get down here in a quick fashion, and so we definitely are ready for some football this evening as these Owasso Rams get set to take on this this Edmond North Husky team. Again, Owasso 4-0 coming into tonight's ball game. Edmond North 1-3, looking for their second win of the season. Their one win coming in a 21-20 victory over the Edmond Memorial Crosstown team last in the third week of the season. And another game we'll be keeping an eye on tonight. Norman's up at Broken Arrow. That actually ought to be one of the better games in the Class 6A. We've got several good games that we'll be taking a look at the Squirtle scoreboard and keeping you up to date on as we move through the course of the evening. Well, their homecoming festivities are dragging a little long tonight. They're just about ready to come onto the field. The band is lined up so that Edmond North can go. The Owasso cheerleaders are out onto the field, and I'm not sure what we were waiting on. But
I know, Grant, that you're following volleyball real close. Give us an update on what's going on with the girls.
Owasso's girls, well, they've of course had a pretty good week. I need to check in and see a little more since our own Hunter Morton covered the volleyball games.
And I know I know that
swept Sand Springs Tuesday
girls
night.
Softball team in regional play as well. Going on in that, Coach Shane Eicher doing a fantastic job with the girls. So a lot of ball teams in the area making a run for the Rams and Lady Rams as well.
Here comes the Rams football team. They are out onto the field. The cheerleaders leading them on, and the Rams flags flying. And we are just about ready for some football here tonight as the Edmond North band welcomes everybody to the field. We'll take a 30-second timeout and be back for the kick right after this. You're listening to Owasso Ram football on KYFM. States have deferred to the second half after winning the coin toss, so Owasso will have the football to start things out this evening, and we are just about ready to get things kicked off here in Edmond tonight. Grant Merrill, Steve Mallory, Rob Williams, Kelly Ward along with you this evening as we're just about ready to roll and ready to bring these two teams onto the field. As a good homecoming crowd here for the Huskies. They have packed out the home side, and Owasso bringing a good crowd as well. And Steve, anything that we've missed in the pregame show that we need to talk about before kickoff?
No, I think we're in really good shape. Grant, I'm sorry I put you on the spot there on the volleyball. I thought we had been covering some Lady Ram volleyball, and I had not had a chance to go out. And we'll check in with Coach Eicher and see how the girls in softball doing, so we can try to give a more accurate update. We've both been out of pocket a bit this week, and a lot of things going on, but ready to get things back to normal here as the Rams will go back in to receive the kick.
I do know that we do have the state championship cheer team, so we do have that.
That is correct.
And we'll have Leslie Van Meter on with us at halftime talking about last week's state cheer state championship. So we're looking forward to that interview at halftime as well. Back deep to receive for the Owasso Rams. It'll be Omar Barker and Cole Adams setting up shop at the 15-yard line. Here's the kick, end over end. It is going to be fielded at the 20 by Dawson Adams. A flag flying as he caught it out of bounds, Steve.
Yeah, so this is where sometimes Coach Blankenship tries to determine if he wants to make them re-kick or if he'll take the football. He's been known to push them back and make them kick it again, but he's going to send his offense out on the field. Rob Williams here with the stats is telling me that on the first drives for Owasso through 4 games, 3 have ended in punts, and 1 has been a turnover on downs. So it looks like we need to come out and get this drive out of the way so that we can start playing football if we carry that theme.
12 minutes put on the clock, and we're just about ready to go. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 35-yard line. That is where Owasso's offense will get their first touch of the football that's non-kickoff related, and we are just about ready to roll as Cole Duggar brings his offense onto the field. He'll send Goins and Ronnie Thomas split right, and twins are split to the left as well. Isaiah Jacobs right there next to him in the shotgun, but now the referees are speaking, and they have waved the clock to not start. Now they're going to let it start, and as they've, I guess, figured out whatever it is they were discussing. Twins to each side. Cole Duggar ready to take the snap here, splitting the hash marks. He drops back to throw, connecting with Lusk out at the 35. As Lusk will get up to the 39. That'll be a gain of 4 on the play to bring up 2nd down and 6.
Nice job to Lusk as you had he and Mario Kirby there on the outside, and the throw was to the outside receiver Lusk, and Mario comes over and makes a great block on the outside cornerback and gets a nice gain on 1st down.
Same setup here from the left hash mark. Cole Duggar faking a handoff to Jacobs. He'll sling it up the right side now, connecting with Thomas. Flags flying as he's dragged down near the 45-yard line.
Is that Carney?
Or Carney, yeah, that is Keelan Carney, as he is now wearing the number 80 tonight. So forgive me, as Ronnie Thomas is number 81. We just had a little mix-up there with the new number, but Keelan Carney sporting that number 80 tonight, and we'll see what this penalty holds for us.
Rams in their white-on-white unis and traditional red helmet with the white horns. That one's going to come back. I think it was a hold downfield.
That's going to spot the ball at the 42-yard line. That'll bring up 2nd and about 4.
Nice gain on the play once again. Occasionally you'll get those holds downfield, but these Owasso wideouts have been doing a great job even without the football.
Trips to the left this time. It's Kirby, Carney, and Goins as Duggar takes the snap, faking a handoff on the keeper. He'll run up the middle, getting up to the 50-yard line to the 49 of Edmond North, and that's another Waterstone Private Wealth Management 1st down. Move up those chains.
That's a great read by Cole Duggar that time as the left defensive end just crashed inside. Cole reads that, pulls the ball, gets to the outside, and has a nice lane.
Twins to the right, one man split to the left. That's Lusk as Cole Duggar ready to take the snap. He does so, handing off to Jacobs. Jacobs up the left side, gets to the 50, down to the 45, inside the 44-yard line.
Yeah, this is what happens to us a lot when we come to the west side, Grant. They like to be flag happy, and it's going to be another hold on the Rams.
So the yellow flag's flying. That would have been a 6-yard gain to bring up second down and 4, but now that's going to back Owasso up even more with 10:54 left to go in the first quarter. No score.
Edmond North likes to be really active with their linebackers. They play a 3-3 and bring another linebacker in as well, so it's basically a 4-linebacker set. That time they had a blitz off the left side, but the run went to the left.
First and 15 from our own 46-yard line. Twins to the right side, Carney and Goins. Lusk split to the left. Duggar getting a final set of instructions from the sideline as he gets ready to take the snap. He does so, handing off. First man through will be brought down there at about the 47, maybe the 48 for Isaiah Jacobs.
Hagan Hood on the run that time as there was a switch out, and good penetration by the defensive line of Edmond North, penetrating through the middle.
Second down and 12, 10:23 left to play here, clock rolling. All spotted on the 48-yard line. Still the first drive of the ball game has been all Owasso so far. Edmond North hasn't touched the ball. Duggar back to throw, connects with Carney. Carney's at the 45, down to the 43-yard line. And he's about 3 yards shy of first down, Steve.
Rams really do a good job of run after the catch, and Carney had 3 blockers coming out in front of him. He was in the slot on the right side, comes in underneath, and then shakes to the left and puts on a great move to put the Rams in a 3rd and about 5, a very manageable down.
Inside 10 minutes as Duggar gets ready to take the snap, dropping back to throw. He'll sling it left side, connecting with Lusk. Lusk at the 35, brought out at the 32-yard line. That's another Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down.
Again, a nice throw out by Cole Duggar, and that's what the Rams have done a lot this season. Just get the ball outside, trust your blockers in front, catch the football, and then yards after catch.
9:45 left to play here. Carney and Goins split to the right once again. Lusk split to the left, man in motion to the right now. That's Hagan Hood dropping back to throw. Duggar, he'll sling it up the middle, aiming for Keelan Carney. Carney couldn't catch up with the pass. And that'll set up a 2nd and 10 here for the Owasso Rams from the Edmond North 34-yard line.
Well, Duggar had one of those linemen, Jackson Lister, right in his face as he released the football, and I think that affected his throw as it was way off the mark to his intended receiver.
9:41 left to play in this first quarter. Some substitutions and some personnel coming in and out of the ball game. Ronnie Thomas now in for Keelan Carney as Duggar gets ready to take the snap off the left hash mark. Rolling out to the right this time. He'll throw. Connecting. He gets Thomas at the 23-yard line, very close to a first down. They'll move up the chains. Another Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down at the 9:32 mark. No score as of yet. Glad to have you along with us tonight here on KYFM and the Owasso Sports Network. Everybody close in as Duggar sends a man in motion to the left. Handoff, Hagan Hood up the right side, gets up to the 22-yard line. He's dragged down by an Edmond North defender, and on the stop there, that is David Hatton.
Senior inside linebacker just did a nice job of getting into the backfield. Hood tried to shake him off and was unable to do so, so it'll be 2nd and 9. I'm trying to make sure that Isaiah Jacobs has not been injured in the game.
From the 22, handoff, Thomas up the left side, gets down to the 19-yard line. And that is going to be a gain of about 3 on the play to bring up 3rd down at 5. So 8:32 and the clock rolling. We'll get a hold of Kelly Ward down on the sideline and get an update on Jacobs here in a moment. Twins out to each side. Hagan Hood still in at that running back position as Duggar drops back to throw, slings it up the left side of the field, aiming for Hood, but he couldn't connect.
Put way too much air under that one. And so the Rams thought they might be in 4-down territory here, but it looks like Coach Blankenship's going to send out his field goal unit.
So they'll try to kick 3 points here with 8:14 left to play. And Will Feltz is going to do the honors right here. I'm sorry, Tate Farley is going to do the honors right here. Here comes the kick. End over end. It'll be up. It'll be no good, and we are still scoreless at the 8:08 mark. We'll take a 30-second break. Be back right after this on KYFM. Five left to play here in the first quarter here at Edmond North. No score between the Owasso Rams and the Huskies. Grant Merrill, Steve Mallory along with you tonight. Missed field goal by the Rams keeps us with no score at the end of their first drive of the ball game. Coming up at halftime, don't forget we'll talk with our state champion cheer coach, Leslie Van Meter. The quarterback, Colby Entwistle, for the Edmond North Huskies. His quick toss goes to the ball carrier.
Great tackle that time.
And on the run there, that is going to be Zach Russell, the running back for the Huskies. And yeah, you're right,
Tristan
Steve.
Profit came up from his safety position and just made a really great tackle, trying to run the option on the left side. And it looked like they might have some yards to gain, but Profit was there to make a nice one-on-one tackle for a very short gain.
3rd down and 9, 7:35 and the clock rolling here in the first quarter. Entwistle this time handing off again. First man through gets up to the 26-yard line.
Deuce Mayberry here on the near side, and I tell you what, that was one of those everybody's going to the right, and the quarterback just hands it off underneath, trying to get the defense to misread that, but Deuce Mayberry, he's experienced. He stays home and makes a great tackle. It's going to be an opening 3 and out for Edmond North.
So that brings up 4th down and 5. 7:05 left to play here. Back deep to receive. It'll be Gage Laney at the 40-yard line. And here comes the kick. He kicks it deep to the 44. Laney on his horse. Gets to the 50, still on his feet.
Got
down
a nice
at the 40,
block.
Down at the 30,
Oh my
down at the 20, down at the 15, 10, 5, touchdown. Gage Laney, put him in the end zone, give him 6.
Flag on the play.
But a flag on the play, and this one may come back.
Yeah, I'm afraid it will. I thought that was a really nice block there on the far side.
Well, we get excited for nothing at this point, and this one's
Tell you
probably going
what,
to be
that just
back.
shows you how much they have improved. Gage did a good job. That might have been a punt that he would have let dropped or called a fair catch earlier in the season, but he had enough wherewithal to be able to make the punt catch and get a good wall on that left side.
It'll be 1st and 10 for the Rams. They will set up shop at the 48-yard line of Edmond North. Trips out to the right this time. One man split to the left, and Cole Duggar gets ready to take the snap here. He'll drop back to throw, looking for an open receiver. Duggar skies it across the field, aiming for Adams, and in the end zone, there's no call as of yet, but Adams was unable to connect with the football, and that'll bring up 2nd and 10 for the 48. Beautiful pass with the incompletion there. It had been complete, it would have been a touchdown. Checking in with Kelly Ward, he said Jacobs doesn't appear to be injured, just taking it easy with his knee here. So that's good news.
It is good.
Hagan Hood still in at the running back position as Cole Duggar gets set. Making some adjustments on the line is Mario Kirby. Duggar takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls to the right, and he's down to the 48-yard line, that original line of scrimmage.
Yeah, Grant, Edmond North defense is taking a lot of chances, bringing a lot of heat on Cole Duggar, and that's Mario Kirby territory when you like to drag him across behind where those linebackers are supposed to be if they're going to bring everybody like that. So you run some play action. Duggar makes a read, and This is Mario Kirby. I know we don't typically do it this early in the ball game, but this is Mario Kirby territory underneath behind the linebackers.
Hagen Hood in motion to the left. Duggar back to throw. He'll sling it up the middle to Kirby. Kirby up at the 40.
Oh, my goodness!
And at the 35, down to the 30-yard line. He cleared him like a hurdle. Wow.
What a play call.
Look at that.
You bring the linebackers, we're going to bring a tight end underneath. Mario Kirby underneath. Cole Duggar lets the pressure get in his face, hits Kirby on a crossing pattern underneath, and then is able to jump over.
But then we've got a flag down near the 40-yard line.
I think they're going to say that's illegal. I don't know that you can hurdle a player in high school.
Well, he tried.
We've had that hit us before, haven't we, Rob? It's very rarely called.
I mean, he cleared him like
they're going to wave it off.
You know. So
after some discussion, they're going to wave it off.
So move up those chains. It's another Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down. That'll bring up 1st and 10, and he'll get down to the 31-yard line, maybe the 30.
The other thing that'll do, Grant, is slow up some of the blitzing packages Edmond North is bringing. Now you might try to go back to Hagen Hood once again, as those linebackers probably won't be gashing the gaps this time.
Good call, Coach.
Yeah.
As Cole Duggar gets ready to take the snap right here. It's got Twins out to the right. Kirby split to the left, as is Lusk. Hagen Hood still in there at running back. Duggar taking the snap here, dropping back to throw, slings it left side. Up the left side goes Lusk. He'll get into the 23-yard line, and that's a gain of 7 on the play.
Lusk and Kirby again on that left side. A great block by Kirby to blow out that quarterback. That's going to be a mismatch, and Peyton Lusk is so athletic. When he makes the catch, he is hard to bring down short of 4 or 5 yards, as he gets about 7 on that play.
So that will bring up third down, or second down, and 3 to go here from the 23.
Keep seeing this matchup with Trey Goins here on the near side.
Thomas in motion to the left as he takes the handoff over to the 19-yard line. He goes. Should be another Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down at the 5:03 mark. So move up the chains here.
Trying to see the matchup with Trey Goins here on the near side. Jeffrey Moore would be in coverage. He is 5'11". Trey Goins goes about 6'3", 6'4".
Duggar ready to take the snap. Twins out to each side. Duggar dropping back to throw. Guns it up the right side. Touchdown Owasso. Trey Goins into the end zone. Put him on the scoreboard. It's 6-0. 4:53 left to play in the first quarter.
I'll tell you what, if you go to enough coaches meetings with Coach Blankenship, you kind of begin to understand what they're trying to run.
Breakfast with Coach B. That's
awesome.
The Wednesday morning, and you can break down the film with the coaches and get set on exactly what's happening, and you'll be able to call plays and predict them like Steve Mallory. So there you go. Getting ready to attempt the extra point is Will Feltz. 4:52 left to play. Here's the kick, end over end. It is through the uprights and good. It's 7-0. Owasso at the 4:50 mark in the first quarter. We'll take a 30-second break. Be back right after this. You're listening to Owasso Rams football on 100.1 KYFM. The first quarter, Grant Merrill, Steve Mallory, and Kelly Ward along with you. Rob Williams keeping all the stats. Gabe Kessler punching all the buttons tonight. And it is 7-0. Owasso taking an early lead as Will Feltz gets ready to kick it off from the 40-yard line. Glad to have you along with us tonight.
That drive took 6 plays, covered 47 yards, and ended with a 20-yard touchdown pass from Cole Duggar to Trey Goins.
End over end kick is going to be fielded at the 25-yard line. Man, oh man, they bring him down.
Brendan
Dye making the tackle there and actually bringing him back to about the 24-yard line, considering that he caught it at the 29. 4:44 left to play. That's where Edmond North will have it, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They move from right to left on the radio dial if you're listening. And now we've got a timeout on the field. We'll take it with them. 4:44 left to play. First quarter action, 7-0 Owasso. We're back at 30 seconds on KYFM. Seven to nothing. Owasso leading at 4:44 left to play here from the 25-yard line. The Edmond North Huskies will have it 1st and 10. Colby Entwistle is their quarterback. As now it looks like we have yet another timeout on the field here. I'm not sure what's going on here, Steve. We now have a weather delay. I have not seen any lightning, as of course we have a weather delay here at Edmond North. So we'll keep it here for just a second and give you an up-to-date update, as right now, taking a look at the radar, just have some actually
It's right over us.
oh, it's right over us. Okay, Kelly Ward now saying that this is the third lightning strike he's observed from down on the field.
Yeah, and that's what our booth next door, the PA announcer, it's right over us. And of course, for those unfamiliar with weather delays, anytime there's lightning in the area, that lightning can be seen. Each time that strike is seen, the clock starts at 30 minutes. So
right.
We're probably 30 minutes out unless we see another strike, and then the clock will start over until it's out of the area. So we'll be off the air shortly.
Well, we'll try to see if we can get with Kelly Ward. Kelly, you said it's starting to lightning pretty heavy. What's the weather looking like from the field? We can't see it because it's back behind us to our west.
Yeah, right after kickoff, there was a lightning strike that was about 10 miles away from us, Grant, and I believe that is the southwest side, if my directions are correct. I kind of got turned around when we came to Edmond here, but there is some really dark clouds. We've had about 3 to 4 lightning strikes that are close enough that they decided that they needed to put us on delay for, what is that, a half hour or whatever the time is that we have to do this for. So people are going to go get something to drink. It's not raining here. It's not even raining anywhere really near here, but we've got to go and protect the students and everyone that's here on the field.
All right, Kelly, we'll keep checking in with you, and thank you for that report. Again, lightning delay here in Edmond. As looking at the radar, we've got probably a pretty good cell, Steve. It looks like just a single cell. I mean, nowhere else in the state of Oklahoma do we have hardly any severe weather, except for about 10 miles north of Edmond, and it's
actually over toward Piedmont area, which is due west, so it's probably coming our way. We'll see how that develops throughout this evening.
I'm going to take a look here. Right now, the center of this storm is 8.1 miles to the southwest of where we are right now. So we're keeping an eye on the weather, and again, lightning moving through and affecting us here in Edmond tonight. So with that, with our YouTube broadcast, I guess that will, you guys are going to roll and just going to keep people up to date there. That's what Gabe Kessler's saying right now. And Steve, I guess we can send it back to KYFM for an extended break. They can listen to Delilah or the Boys of Fall or whatever DJ Dave decides to play back at the station. But
if they're streaming, though, they are able to at least keep that on and check and tell if action restarts. I mean, we're at 7:26. If nothing else comes our way, I would expect us to be able to go back on around 8 o'clock. However,
Right.
if we have visual lightning in the area during that time, it'll start the clock again. And Grant, I'll tell you, I'm trying to remember. I've been in a couple of canceled football games that went to halftime over the years. One was with Fort Smith Southside. That was back in 2001 or 2 with Paul Smith. And then we also had a halftime game that we called at Muskogee several years back. Travis and I were working that game down at the Indian Bowl. And so, you know, this being a district game, I think the referees may weather the storm, no pun intended,
right,
and try to work this out. So we'll see how far this goes and try to work through this. The wind has picked up considerably, blowing out of the south, and both ball clubs have returned to their respective locker rooms. Palm and Cheer has also gone inside as well. Of course, those of us that have been born and raised in Oklahoma, for the most part, it's not really a big deal. We like to come out and say, hey, come out here and look at this and take pictures and things, but certainly want to take the necessary precautions to make sure everyone is safe. Try to get a lot of these fans underneath the bleachers, which are metal here, and you don't really want to be in contact with them if something does come overhead. So we'll try to keep an eye on that, keep an eye on the weather.
Steve Mallory will be the Gary England of the broadcast tonight as we continue to watch the weather here in Edmond. But again, a lightning delay, as we mentioned, taking a look at the color weather radar, about 9 miles to the southwest of our point here. Basically along Northwest Expressway and over toward Piedmont. That's kind of where the heaviest parts of this thunderstorm are, and they're moving to the east-northeast here. Probably moving across our area here in the next little bit, but the good news is it's not a big line of thunderstorms. As we mentioned just a moment ago, it's simply a pretty isolated cell. There's not much to it, and once it moves through, we should be able to get this thing back up and going. But, you know, it's going to be a question of how many lightning strikes we have. And, again, as you mentioned, by OHSAA rules or OSSAA rules, that every time we see a lightning strike that's within visible distance of the stadium, that resets the clock for another 30 minutes of lightning delay. And, in fact, just to tell you what it's like here, we've got clear skies to the east of us. Our press box faces the east. I don't think you or I either realized
had
there
no
was a storm
idea.
coming.
Had no idea. And like you said, even driving over today, there were reports that we had rain coming in, more in the Tulsa metro area, but coming over, I didn't see anything. It was sunshine all the way over. Your typical drive to Oklahoma City of an evening with the sun beaming off the turnpike into your face, and did not see any cloud coverage in the distance. But as you mentioned, instead of it being a wall cloud or anything like that, it appears on radar that it's just a single cloud with a lot of activity within.
The Travis Meyer of the broadcast, Kelly Ward, has now indicated that it's going to come right over us.
Perfect.
So,
that'll be perfect. So I would have felt like it was just too easy if we could have just gone 30 minutes. I expect at least an hour, hour and a half. If we're going to delay.
Well, we will keep you up to date on what's going on here at Edmond. There are people who are starting to file out of the stadium and leave, and the parking lot is starting to empty just a little bit. But, Kelly just sent us a picture, Steve. Look at that cloud back behind the press box. We've got a good old-fashioned Oklahoma fall thunderstorm happening, and we will definitely keep you up to date again. 7-0, Owasso leading in this lightning delay, so we will take a break, and we'll send it back to KYFM on the radio. You guys can take a look and listen into some of America's best music right now, and then on the video stream we'll try to keep you up to date with what's going on as we move through the course of the broadcast. Thanks for listening. This is Owasso Ram Football on KYFM. 100.1 KYFM with Tina Turner and What's Love Got to Do with It. Hi, everybody. It's Grant Merrill. We are live in Edmond tonight, where the Owasso Rams lead the Edmond North Huskies 7-0. And if you were with us earlier, you know that we are in a lightning delay. The last recorded lightning strike that we had was at 7:36, to my knowledge, unless we've had another one that we didn't see. But we have right now a bit of it's basically just a light thunderstorm that's moving through, but it is producing lightning, and due to OSSAA rules, when you have a lightning strike in a high school football game and you have metal bleachers and you have those types of conductors, the problem is you have to move the audience out, and you have to make sure that nobody's going to get struck by lightning, basically. So the deal is that we are in a lightning delay. They've kind of evacuated the stadium. We have people that are still in the bleachers, but they are not playing any football as of yet. Now, we're going to try to take a look at the radar here. As Brock you actually have that on the screen right now. And so taking a look at the weather radar, courtesy of the News on 9 here, we've got two cells that are looking to be to the northwest of Edmond right now. And I'm looking to see, I think they're about 7 miles to the northwest near the Cassian community and to the north of Piedmont. And because of those cells, those are the ones that are producing the lightning. The good news is that it appears that they are moving directly to the north and northeast. So we have literally not had a drop of rainfall here at Edmond North. But because of the lightning that was within 8 miles of the stadium, that is what prompted us to have to put the game into lightning delay and for them to evacuate the stadium. And so, again, that was at 7:36. OSSAA rules stating that we have to have a 30-minute delay.
Okay, we've got 24.
Smith and Normani, that is Dancing with a Stranger here as we are on a fabulous Friday night live from Edmond, Oklahoma and Edmond North High School, where the Owasso Rams lead at 7-0 and are coming out of the last few minutes of a lightning delay. I'm Grant Merrill. Steve Mallory will join us here in the next few minutes. Rob Williams is keeping the numbers, and Kelly Ward is down on the sidelines this evening as we get ready for another great night of football. Of course, at last report, we had about 4:44 left to go in the first quarter of play, and again, Owasso leading at 7-0. Let's go down to Kelly Ward on the sideline. Kelly, does it look like we're going to get this thing started again without any further delay?
I think so. It looks like the weather has gone up around the north of us. We're about 2 minutes and a few seconds away from going back and taking the ball and hopefully winning this game with a lot of points tonight here in Edmond North. The crowd's coming back in, Grant, to the stadium, and everybody's filled up on burgers and Chick-fil-A down below. I got to hang out and visit with a lot of the Owasso folks, and they just kind of treated it as a family reunion back in the little tunnel under the visitor stand. This has been a great night, and it looks like we're back and ready to play some ball.
Okay, thank you, Kelly. A record night for the Edmond North concession stand apparently this evening as they bring things. They had sold a lot of food during the delay, and of course we're just about ready to get this thing going here in just a moment. We've got about a minute and a half until they get things started again, so let's take a 60-second timeout, and when we come back, we'll be ready to resume play here at Edmond North, where the Owasso Rams lead it 7-0. You're listening to Ram Football, presented by InsideOwasso.com on 100.1 KYFM. Concluding the lightning delay, 7-0. Owasso leading it with 4:44 left to go in the first quarter. We will remind you that there are a few other bands of thunder showers that are moving into the area at this hour. The latest scan of the KYFM color weather radar indicates that the nearest is about 16 miles out into our southwest at this hour. So hopefully that will not put any lightning in our path or within the 8-mile radius of the stadium that they used to determine. But again, you could be, we want to keep you up to date on the weather, and we want to let you know that that is a possibility, that we may have a few more thunder showers moving our way. Fall in Oklahoma, Steve Mallory, that's what it is.
Never know what to expect in the plains when you come over to this side, but right now we're enjoying a 7-0 lead as the teams get lined up back out on the field. See what the down and distance is.
Yeah, it's 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. Twins out to the left side, man in motion to the right for Edmond North. Entwistle with the handoff, first man through. It's going to get up to about the 26-yard line, and on the stop there, a mod triplet for the Owasso Rams. So,
along with Dawson Adams, able to sneak in off that right side.
That's a gain of about 1 yard on the play, so that'll bring up 2nd down and 9. 4:21 and the clock rolling. Glad you're with us tonight here on KYFM. Xander Steele, the wide receiver, split to the left. Entwistle, the quarterback, sends his man in motion to the right. Passes back to him, and now this man's going to gun it up the right side of the field. It's almost picked off by Gage Laney. They were aiming for Lennon Shattig, who was split out to the 40 of Owasso. making that throw was Zach Russell, the running back, so he's kind of a dual threat there, able to gun it down the field like he did. So with the incomplete pass, that'll bring up 3rd down and 9 from the 26 for the Huskies.
Yeah, he actually went out to the right, but he was so deep you could tell it was a purpose lateral, and the way he caught it and set up so slowly, you knew immediately it was a double pass. Beautifully read that time by the Rams defense. Gage Laney just missing another interception.
Twins out to each side as Entwistle lines up in the gun from the right hash mark. He drops back to throw. He'll sling it near side, connecting with an open receiver at the 30-yard line. Xander Steele, his target there, gets up to about the 31, and that's going to bring up 4th down and 5 now for the Huskies. They'll have to kick it away here.
Omar Barker comes up, lets him make the catch, and it makes a great tackle immediately, knowing that he has plenty of room behind him to allow the receiver to catch the football. So a great defensive effort that time. Another 3 and out here for this Ram defense.
They're going to go for it on 4th and 5, but
I think we had a timeout because we had a personnel change going on.
So we'll take it with them and be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Ram Football on KYFM. On KYFM and the Owasso Sports Network. 3:31 left to go in the first quarter. Rams lead it 7-0. Edmond North is going to go for it. 4th down and 5. Entwistle, the quarterback, with an empty backfield. Twins.
See if he kicks it.
Yeah, he's going to get a quick kick in there and boot it back to about the 30. It's going to roll back. Actually a pretty decent kick for him as it rolls back to the 18-yard line.
Yeah, they took the American flag down there during that delay, but you can see the streamers flowing a bit on these goalposts. He got a nice kick and a nice roll, so the Rams will start off 1st and 10 from their own 19-yard line, leading 7-0 here with 3:20 to go, still in the first quarter.
Rams, of course, bringing their offense back onto the field. Haven't seen any more of these storms or any more of this lightning, but we're keeping a sharp eye to the southwest as still some thunder showers with the potential of blowing up even further lingering out there. Isaiah Jacobs still out of the ball game. Last report that he was nursing a knee that was that they just needed to be careful. A quick pass to Keelan Carty on the left side gets him to the 25 up to the 30. That's good enough for a Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down.
Flag in the backfield.
Well, yeah, I didn't see that until the very end. They're going to call holding on Owasso.
I think that's 3 or 4 holding calls in the game so far against the Rams.
The Wild Wild West. The flags tend to fly sometimes. 7-0, 3:13 left to go. First quarter action as that's going to back us up to 1st and 10 once again from the 19-yard line.
4 penalties so far in this quarter against the Rams for 40 yards. That's going to back them up inside the 10-yard line.
So yeah, now they assess the penalties, and it's going to bring up 1st and 20 from the 9. Not what you want to see, but
stacked receivers on each side.
that'll line Cole Duggar up in the gun. Those stacked receivers ready to do something here as he's backed out almost to the 3-yard line to take the snap. He's getting a final set of instructions from the sideline. He communicates that to his team. 6 seconds on the play clock. Got to get the snap off here. He does so. Duggar back to throw. Slings it up the middle, aiming for Keelan Carty. Can't make the connection.
Just out of his outstretched hands that time, but good protection up front. Edmond North only brought 3 rushers as they dropped all 3 linebackers and went into man-to-man coverage with each of the 4 receivers.
That'll bring up 2nd down and 20 from the 9-yard line.
If Cole Duggar's able to fit that one in there, it's good enough for a first down.
Twins out to each side. Hagen Hood still in running back as Duggar gets ready to take the snap off the left hash mark. Hagen Hood in motion to the right. Duggar back to pass. Throws up the middle. Connects with Carney. Carney at the 25. Gets up to the 29-yard line. Move up those chains. There's a Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down.
So the Rams able to overcome that big penalty down in distance, and that shows you the effectiveness of this Ram offense and the way they're gelling right now. You know, Grant, they're not clicking exactly right so far, but they're not just flat either, and really been able to move the ball down the field.
1st and 10 from the 30. Duggar back to throw, slings it up the right side, aiming for Lusk. Gets caught at the 37-yard line. He's ran out of bounds at the 35. Move up those chains all the way to the other side of the field, Steve.
Well, they've obviously seen something where they're going to pick on this Jeffrey Moore, the corner here on the near side. Trey Goins had the big catch earlier for the touchdown. That was against Moore, and Peyton Lusk just got behind Moore easily. Moore's thinking he was pushed, but the ball maybe a bit underthrown, and Lusk was able to adjust. Makes a great catch.
From the Husky 35, man in motion to the left, that's Thomas. Handoff, first man through, gets up to the 20, down to the 15, brought down at the 13-yard line, and I believe that's Hood on the run there.
Yes.
No. That's actually going to be Derek Overstreet for the Rams. Haven't called his name since last year. But that'll put them inside the 14. So he has now taken Hagen Hood's place in the lineup as he'll take another handoff up the middle, Overstreet down to the 10-yard line. It's going to be about a 4-yard gain here.
So what has happened here, Grant, is Mario Kirby really slowed down these linebackers early on, and then the pass to Trey Goins, and the defense of Edmond North has really softened up a bit. They're only bringing 3 rushers. They're 3 down linemen.
2nd and 6 from the 11. Handoff. Ronnie Thomas around the left side. Gets out to the 5. Pushed out of bounds at about the 3.
Did a really nice shoulder fake as he got a block on the outside by the receiver, and then was able to swing further out to get a big gain and give the Rams a 1st and goal.
Minute 25 left to go here. First quarter action. 7-0 our score. 1st and goal from about the 2-yard line. Single back set behind the quarterback is now taking the handoff. Overstreet up the middle into the end zone. Touchdown Rams. Derek Overstreet will march up the middle, almost unfettered, and he gets into the end zone to give Owasso a 13-0 lead. Minute 20 left to play.
Well, if you wondered if there was going to be any hangover by this Ram offense through that weather delay, there was none, as they're able to come out, get a stop, and then march down the field. Actually, 91 yards if you include the penalty from their 9-yard line.
Will Felts will attempt the extra point here to try to make it 14-0. Here comes the kick. It's end over end through the uprights. Is it good? No, I don't believe so.
Offside on the defense, so they'll re-kick.
Okay, so they call the penalty there with 1:19 left to play here, so we'll try it again. Got the ball boys working overtime out there. Here comes the attempt from Felts. They'll hold it at the 10-yard line this time. The hold, the kick, it is up, and it is no good. So 13-0 our score remains. 1:18 left to play in this first quarter. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Be back right after this. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football on KYFM. 0 our score. 28 seconds left to play. Second down and 9 from the 28-yard line for the Edmond North Huskies as Entwistle brings his offense back onto the field. Glad to have you along with us tonight. We're keeping an eye on the weather. A few more cells starting to pop up on the southwest side of Oklahoma City. Entwistle with trips close in.
Time for an interception.
Rolls back to pass, guns it up the middle of the field, and connects with an open man there near the 44-yard line.
He knocked his mouthpiece out, so
Yeah,
a nice
he did.
hit by two defenders
And
by the Rams.
The receiver there was Ryan Mann. And that'll move up the chains for an Edmond North first down.
I believe that's the first down of the night for the Huskies.
Eagle Eye Rob Williams confirming that. First and 10 from the 44 now for Entwistle and Edmond North. Everybody close in is now a quick handoff up the left side to the 45 to the 49.
Man,
goes the ball carrier. He hits a wall of defenders led by Ahmad Triplett.
Yeah, this Ram defense can tackle, and that may have been the hit we talked about pregame that Ahmad comes in. The defense has been playing great already, but when he lays a lick like that, it elevates the defensive ability to tackle.
We've come to the end of the first quarter. Our score, Owasso 13, Edmond North nothing. Take a break and be back right after this 1-minute timeout. You're listening to Ram Football on KYFM. Charlie's Chicken for their sponsorship of Owasso Rams football here on 100.1 KYFM and the Owasso Sports Network. Into the second quarter we go. Owasso leading at 13-0. Grant Merrill, Steve Mowry, Rob Williams, Kelly Ward, Gabe Kessler joining you tonight. Second down and 5 from the 50. And now Entwistle, the quarterback, moving his team the other direction as they go from left to right now. Entwistle fakes a handoff, rolls out to the right, looks for somebody to throw it to, guns it up the middle, connects with an open receiver near the 38. He's immediately drilled by Ahmad Triplett, but that's going to be another first down for Edmond North.
So the Huskies got a little bit of a drive going here as they trail by 13. Rams again looking for a defensive stop. Got to put more pressure on the quarterback so he doesn't feel so comfortable. Able to stand back there, bought some time that time as he rolled out to his right and found an open receiver.
13-yard gain will leave Entwistle at the 37. Dropping back, he'll throw, slinging it right side. He'll connect with an open receiver there, and that is going to be, ladies and gentlemen, Lennon Sheddick as he gets up to about the 35. Well, I shorted him a bit. He gets up to the 33. That's going to bring up a 4-yard gain, second down. 11:28 and the clock rolling here in the first half. 13-0. Owasso leading it if you're just joining us. Good crowd on hand for homecoming here on the Edmond North side. And a pretty good Owasso crowd traveling.
They're going to come up quick and snap. Got to be ready.
Here we go. Entwistle, the quarterback, quick toss. First man through, gets pummeled behind the line of scrimmage. On the run there was Cameron Goff.
Dawson Adams had initial contact, but there was Hayden Grant and Ahmad Triplett, and trying to see who the other defender is out there. 3 white shirts to make the tackle, and that's going to put the Huskies in a 3rd and 5.
That'll bring up 3rd down and 5 here from the 32. 11 minutes even left to go in this first half.
Ram defense with an opportunity here to start this drive. Edmond North got some positive activity going here on this side, so they're going to go with a tight formation.
Everybody close in, man in motion to the right now as taking the snap in whistle. He rolls to the right, slings it up the right side of the field. His receiver jammed up at the 32-yard line.
Yeah, Dawson Adams comes up and makes an immediate hit. So it's going to be an interesting call here for head coach Tanner Roof of the Huskies. He's trailing 13-0 with 10:30 to go here before halftime. The ball's at the Ram 30-yard line. This is kind of that no man's land we often talk about. Maybe too long for a field goal, but too far for the punt. So with fourth, they're calling it 2. It's a long 2. I think he's going to keep his offense on the field and try to go for this.
By the way, that was Jack Cheap on the reception there. 4th down and 2 from the 30-yard line.
They're going to take a timeout.
We'll take it with him and be back in 30 seconds. 10:05 left to play, first half action. It's Owasso 13, Edmond North 0. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football on KYFL. And 10:05 left to go in this first half. 13-0 our score. Grant Merrill, Steve Mowry, Rob Williams, Gabe Kessler, Horatio Bencomo in the press box. Kelly Ward roaming the sideline. Horatio's actually putting all the graphics on our screen tonight. So all that cool stuff you see on the screen, that's the work of Garden City, Kansas native Horatio Bencomo. Just like the rest of us, he couldn't wait to get out of Kansas. So out of the gun, here comes Entwistle dropping back. He's rolling to the left this time.
He's got room to run for it if he wants to.
Still in trouble though as he slings it into no man's land.
Well, he threw it out of bounds on 4th down. He should have at least given his receiver an opportunity. He doesn't, and the Rams will take over on downs.
So with 9:55 left to go, that will put the Rams in charge here, 1st and 10 from their own 30-yard line. Glad you're with us tonight here on 100.1 KYFM. From the 30-yard line, Owasso bringing the offense back onto the field. Cole Duggar with twins to the right, and actually trips to the right, one man split to the left. Faking a handoff, he'll barrel up the middle, getting up to about the 35-yard line, so that's a 5-yard gain. Willis Brown in at running back this time. It was Hagan Hood, and then it ended up being Derek Overstreet, and now it's Willis Brown.
Rams showing a plethora of running backs here this evening.
2nd down and 7 from the 33. Cole Duggar handing off. Brown up the right side, gets up to the 37, maybe the 38 before he's dragged back. So hopefully that's a 5-yard gain with forward progress, and that'll bring up 3rd down and 2.
Well, coming into tonight, I thought it was going to be Isaiah Jacobs we were going to see in most of the running game. That has not been the case after that first series, as it's been Hagan Hood and Overstreet who scored there in the first quarter.
9:02 left to play here, 13-0 our score. Everybody close in as Duggar sends a man in motion to the right. That's Thomas. Duggar on the keeper, runs up the middle, gets up to the 43, up to the 44-yard line. That's another Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down, and they can move up those chains.
We got a player down here for a moment, or just trying to untie them off the ground. Owasso offensive line has really taken control up front here this evening and set the tone for this ball game.
1st and 10, twins out to each side. Duggar back to throw, looking. He slings it up the right side. Can he connect? Yes.
What a beautiful catch.
And he's down to about the 30 or 25-yard line.
That's Keelan Carney.
Keelan Carney making the catch.
Nope, I think I'm incorrect that time.
Move up those chains either way for another Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down.
We've got double numbers, but Jeray Austin is listed as the wide receiver.
Okay, 30, not 80.
Wow. What a catch, though, to move the chains up inside the 20-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Rams.
That'll bring it up to the 18 to be exact. And now Cole Duggar ready to take the snap here with Willis Brown next to him. Twins out to each side. We'll see what Duggar can do. From the right hash mark, Duggar takes the snap, drops back to throw, slings it up the middle of the field. Is it caught? No, it's in and out of the hands of Peyton Lusk.
Peyton Lusk was not even covered that time as he just broke the ankles of the corner once again. That was Jeffrey Moore. Left him on the inside fake at about the 5-yard line and was wide open, was just unable to really see. That's too easy for Lusk. He's got to have one of those where he's got to go up in coverage and fight for the football.
From the 18-yard line, 2nd down and 10. Everybody close in as Cole Duggar gets ready to take the snap here. Ronnie Thomas in motion to the right, handoff Willis Brown. Willis gets knocked down by
He's tackled immediately there by the linebacker. That's Tyler Trulock, the senior inside linebacker, making the hit. So now the Rams, after the incomplete pass, and that's not even a gain of 1 yard, they're looking at practically a 3rd and 10 here at the 17-yard line.
big 3rd down here for the Rams. 7:52 to play. Twins out to the left, Twins out to the right now. Out of the gun, Duggar ready to take the snap as he splits the hash marks here. Dropping back to throw. Duggar looking, he slings it up the middle. It's off the fingertips of his intended receiver, Ronnie Thomas. So with 7:38 left to play here, that brings up 4th down and 10 from the 18-yard line. What do you do if you're Bill Blankenship?
I think he's going to go for it. I think special teams have been a liability so far, and right now, even though it's a long down and you've had 2 plays here that you could have scored that bounced off receivers' hands.
Cole Duggar taking the snap from the right hash mark. Back to throw, slings it up the middle, finds his open man. Touchdown, Owasso. Into the end zone goes Trey Goins, 6 points on the board, and it's now 19-0.
Another good call, Grant. Go to your senior, go to your leadership. I mean, Trey's not a senior, but I mean, he plays like one with the experience that he has, and it's just a bad matchup on this side for number 9 of the Huskies tonight. He is getting eat up, and that time Trey Goins gets the inside position and gets the catch and the score for the Rams.
Hagan Hood will try the extra point for Owasso. His kick up through the uprights and good. It's 20-0. 7:28 left to go in the first half. We'll take a 30-second timeout. Back after this, you're listening to Owasso Ram Football on 100.1 KYFM. .28 left to go. Owasso up 20-0 over Edmond North. Grant Merrill, Steve Mallory along with you tonight. Rob Williams keeping the stats. Kelly Ward down on the sideline. He'll have Coach Blankenship coming up at the half. Don't forget, during our Jim Glover Auto Family halftime show, we will be checking in with cheer coach Leslie Van Meter. She's our halftime guest tonight. We'll talk about that state cheer championship that happened last week. Always good to see one of our Owasso teams taking home the gold.
Quick high onside. Rams got a chance.
Onside kick.
I think they recovered it.
Did we get it? I think so.
Yes, sir.
Owasso will have it at the 40-yard line.
Willis Brown able to get in there. That was really an awkward kick.
Yeah, it wasn't a thing of beauty.
No,
it was kind of high and wobbly, but they got it. Turned into a thing of beauty.
Yeah, so the Rams take over 1st and 10 from the Husky 40-yard line, 7:25 to go here in the second quarter. Rams lead 20-0. over the Edmond North Huskies, and right now they're in business. Defense is well rested here this evening.
Stacked receivers on each side of the line here. Taking the snap, Duggar. He'll sling it right side, giving it off to Adams. Adams takes it into the 39-yard line, gain of 1 on the play. That'll bring up 2nd and 9. Hello to Zach Harbaugh and the crew of Duralast Roofing. Zach's listening tonight. Probably trying to listen to that fresh new commercial we recorded for him this week. Appreciate all he does for the Rams broadcast. Twins out to each side now. Dropping back to throw, Duggar. He'll sling it near side, connecting with Kirby. Kirby down at the 30-yard line. He'll get down to about the 25, wrapped up and tackled at the 23-yard line, but that's good enough for another Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down.
Tackled finally after he carried 3 Edmond North Huskies about an extra 5 yards. Moves the ball up for the Rams. I'm sure those defensive backs, when they saw Mario Kirby trucking downfield, didn't really want any part of that.
1st and 10 from the 23. Trips out to the right side, 1 man to the left, that's Lusk. Off the left hash mark, in motion to the right is Willis Brown. Duggar back to pass, guns it up the middle, finds Kirby inside the 15, and that's where he'll make the catch. That is going to bring up about an 8-yard gain, Steve. 2nd and 2 now.
Offense is just rolling right now.
6:07 left to go. If you're just joining us, 20-0 our score. Owasso leading it and leading it big. 2nd and 2 from the 15. Duggar ready to take the snap. Does so from the right hash mark. Handoff. First man through. He's going to be wrapped up and stopped at about the 14-yard line. Dragged him back a little bit. Forward progress. Should have got him to the 14 there, but that was Hagen Hood on the run.
It's going to be close, just inside, be short about a yard.
3rd and 2. Now with 5:27 left to go in this first half. 20-0. Man in motion to the right, that's Thomas. He'll take the handoff from Duggar. Thomas up the right side, gets to the 10, up to the 5. That's where he's ran out of bounds. But another Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down, and that'll bring up 1st and goal, Steve.
Scores around the area of interest is Broken Arrow leading Norman right now 21-7.
Wow. 5:11 left to play here. Twins to the left side. It's going to be Lusk and Goins. They move closer in.
Rams going to score here.
Back to throw, Duggar as he rolls to the left side, throws it toward Thomas, overthrows him just a bit.
Yeah, thought we had it. It looked like he was going to be able to loft that one. Again, the wind blowing strong to the Ram quarterback, Cole Duggar's back, and that one floated just out over the hands of Thomas.
Looks like that one bounced off a sousaphone over as the Edmond North band gets set here. All right, Duggar again from the right hash mark. Twins out to each side. Looking to the sideline for another set of instructions. He yelled some things to his line. 10 seconds left on the play clock. Duggar ready. He'll take the snap. Oh, no! He goes right past him. He rolls out to the left in trouble as he's going to be brought down at about the 18-yard line. Goodness gracious.
Unfortunately, that snap just got past him, and he was able to elude the first defender, but there were three more blue shirts in his face, so big loss on the play back out to the 18-yard line.
Well, I'm going to say he did react quickly and was able to bounce on that before anybody else did, but not what you want to see there with 4:25 left to go in the first half. 20-0 our score. And in motion to the right is Hagen Hood. Back to throw. Duggar rolling out to the right. Connects with Mario Kirby. Kirby's got it at the 15, down to the 10, down to the 5. In the end zone. Is he in? I don't know.
And we got a flag on the play as well. He did score. He took a pretty good shot out of bounds or out of the end zone, but we're going to have I'm going to assume is a holding call against the Rams.
Flag on the play here, so we'll see what happens.
That was a great underneath route, though, as the Rams receivers cleared out, brought Mario Kirby underneath, and then he just trucked a defender into the end zone before he took a pretty good shot himself.
The official on the near side signaled touchdown. It looked like he almost got ran out of bounds near the pylon when they were pushing him out, and then they threw that flag. So plethora of things to watch for on this touchdown run here with 4:02 left to go.
I think they're going to come over and talk to the Edmond North coach here for a moment.
Tanner Roof is the Edmond North head coach.
Oh my goodness.
Looks like this is going to be on Owasso, and they're going to march them back to the 26-yard line. Blindside block will be the penalty here. I tell you what, Gabe Kessler's almost the eagle eye that Rob Williams is in this booth, Steve.
Almost.
Third down in the lot.
You don't have to get all of it right here, but you want to get a big portion.
Cole Duggar back to throw. He'll sling it up the left side toward Goins. Goins trying to make the catch.
That ball was just a little bit underthrown, or it's another touchdown.
Breaking it up was Jeffrey Moore.
Yeah, we've been picking on him all night long, and I can tell you that's just a little bit underthrown, or it's a touchdown. Trey Goins had it in his sight, and he had the corner Moore beat again. I look for the Rams probably to go for a field goal here, but I look for the Rams to continue to pick on Moore because we're able to get behind him and get a cushion of 3 or 4 yards behind.
So with 3:55 left to play here in the first half, they're going to attempt the field goal here as Hagan Hood will do the honors. He's practicing his kicks.
He looked good in practice there.
Yeah, be about a 43-yard attempt.
43-yard field goal, wind to his back.
So let's see what they can do here. Special teams have been a little bit of an issue, but we'll see what Hagan Hood can do. His kick is not going to go through.
Well, they're going to say no play, offside against Edmond North, so we'll re-kick it.
Well, we'll move
it
the
up
Rams
5
up
yards.
a little bit, give him a little help there. I thought it looked like
it was good.
It was good, but they waved it off as a no play there. So Hagan Hood will try again here. That'll bring up a 38-yard attempt. Here comes the kick, and that one is up.
No good, off
and
to
no
the left.
good. Off to the left it goes with 3:47 left to play here in this first half. So Edmond North will take over on downs here. Have it 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. 3:47 left to play here in this first half, Steve. 20-0 our score.
Now the Rams get bit by an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty that I didn't see. I mean, I wasn't looking at it where I could see, and Mario on a touchdown that Mario Kirby scored, and then another pass just tipped away out of the hands of Trey Goins for another Rams score. But I tell you what, for what's gone on here this evening, the Rams coming off 2 big wins, traveling 2 hours across the turnpike. They're up 20-0 with 3:47 to go. You got to be pleased with what you've seen so far.
Entwistle, the quarterback, rolling out to the left. He gets up to about the 23-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play will bring up 2nd down and 7.
Dawson Adams gets up off of the pile. Brennan Dye as well with a mod triplet. A young man, we called his name a lot last week, Andre King.
Andre King kind of came out of nowhere and really put on a show last week.
Yeah, he had the best game of his season to this point.
A few scores from around the area. Collinsville up over Memorial 35-0. Sky took trailing Tahlequah by 20-19.
Mustang leads Union at halftime 10-0.
Oh wow. 2nd down and 8. Entwistle back to throw. Still in trouble as he slings it out of bounds.
Good job. Pressure. We just talked about Andre King, and he was right there in his face. That's the pressure we're looking for from this defense. Don't want to give in Twistle much time back there because he has a strong arm and so far has been fairly accurate.
2:57 left to go in the half. 3rd down and 8 now for Edmond North. From the 22-yard line, Twins out to the right side. Off the left hash mark, Entwistle ready to take the snap. He does so.
Pressure.
In trouble, pressure coming as he drops back. Brendan Dye on him like white on rice, and he gets him down at about the 3-yard line.
Got some help in there as well by Jaden Love, who's coming back to form after that heat episode that he suffered early on. And that's going to knock Edmond North way out of position to be able to go for this. They're going to be punting. They're going to be hoping to punt for a first down as far as they have to go.
Well, we'll see what happens here.
4th and 22, 4th and 26.
We remember that one play in Benton that was similar to this at Bentonville. They fumbled and we got a touchdown, but they're able to kick it out.
Not a good punt. Gage Laney got to be careful as he took a shot as he tried to catch it on the bounce. Yeah. But he was able to hang on. He knew he was going to take a shot, and he did by a linebacker who was there on punt coverage. That was Tyler Trulock.
They knocked him back about 4 yards on that shot, too. That'll bring up 1st and 10 now for the Rams at the Edmond North 37-yard line.
So the Rams with 2:01 to go here before halftime, leading 20-0 over Edmond North. They get a ball on a short field. As you mentioned, the 37-yard line, 1st and 10. They came up empty that last drive, so try to finish this half with a touchdown.
Twins to the right, Lusk split to the left.
They have 2 timeouts left to their disposal.
Duggar slings it right side to Carney. Carney at the 35. Gets out of bounds at about the 31.
Well, and again, Trey Goins not only has caught 2 touchdown passes, but then the things you don't see in the stats, he gets a great block on that outside corner so that Keelan Carney can catch the football, turn and look, and see which way to go, and he gets it up for about a 7-yard gain.
7-yard gain will bring up 2nd down and about 3. Twins out to the left side now as with a handoff, a reverse play into the hands of Cole Adams. Adams at the 30, 25, 20, tripped up at about the 17-yard line, and that's another Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down. Move up those chains.
Well, and Cole Adams is fast. He got the ball quickly and got to the outside. There were 4 defenders on the other side. He found his gap and darted upfield. And again, this will cause everybody to maybe not be so aggressive. Let's see if Duggar doesn't take a shot to the end zone.
Trips to the left this time. Duggar throws left, connecting Overstreet at the 15, 10, 5, out of bounds at the 3-yard line. Derek
going to have a flag here on the near side. And I tell you what, Grant, I watched that on Trey Goins, and that call is wrong. I'm going to put it that way. There was no way. I watched Trey Goins here on the near side that time, and he was in position to make a good block. I don't know if that's something the lineman didn't recognize or if that's new to him here on this side. But again, that is like 8 penalties against the Rams so far, and I know at least 5 that are holding.
So that'll bring up 1st and 11 now. Twins out to the right side, 1 man split to the left. Duggar looking, rolling to the right this time.
Got room to run if he wants to.
He runs forward to the 15, ran out of bounds at about the 14.
Then he takes a shot out of bounds, and they're going to call a late hit out of bounds.
Yeah.
That was the 6th penalty against the Rams for 65 yards. Up to this point, Edmond North had 2 penalties for 10 yards, but this is going to be a big one because it's going to be added at the end of the run. Move it inside the 5-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for the Rams.
Was it Putnam City North last year that we had the record number of penalties in the first half?
Well, I know at one point we were up to $23.
Yeah, we were. That was the game that I
never saw.
That was the game that I astutely said if I had $1 for every penalty and you answered, I would have $23. So, yes, I remember that.
That'll move the ball to the Husky 5-yard line. 1:17 left on the clock.
1st and goal from the 5. as Duggar gets ready to take it. Man in motion to the right, that's Thomas. Handoff, second man through. He's going to get up, I believe that was Overstreet, down to the 3-yard line.
Got a couple of yards that time. Nice job by the right side of this Ram offensive line. Let the clock run a little bit, maybe do another running play.
Minute left in this first half.
Still got 2 timeouts, so plenty of time. Can stop the clock if need be.
Duggar ready to go here. Handoff, Overstreet, up the middle, into the end zone he goes. Touchdown to Owasso. Overstreet with his second touchdown of the night. And with 44 seconds left to play, that'll put 6 more on the board. 26-0 our score. And we've got a man down. That's an Edmond North Husky who's down on the ground here, so they're going to tend to him. And while they do, we'll take a 30-second timeout. Be back right after this on KYFM. Our score 26-0 as Rams get ready to play or to kick an extra point here. Glad you're with us tonight here on KYFM Bartlesville, KYFM HD1 Bartlesville. And Steve, now the extra point attempt coming from the Rams, who've dominated this one.
Well, and this is a critical injury here for the Huskies. If I have it made out here, that's Tyler Trulock, the inside linebacker, and he's been very busy here this evening.
Oh, he's been a beast tonight.
Yeah, I hate to see him. It looks like some kind of lower leg injury. Hopefully it's just something slight, like a sprain or something, because he's been a fun ball player to watch here this evening, and is certainly a leader, if not the leader, of this Edmond North Husky defense.
All right, so the extra point attempt coming from Hagan Hood. See what he can do right here. Here comes the kick. It is up. It is through the uprights and good. It's 27-0 with 43 seconds left to play the first half. We'll take a 30-second break. Back for the kick after this. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football on 100.1 KYFM. Seconds left to play here. 27-0 our score. Grant Merrill, Steve Mowry along with you. Rob Williams keeping numbers. Kelly Ward on the sidelines. He'll have Coach Blankenship here in just a second. 43 seconds left to go, and
Now they're going to do the high onside kick, and they touch it and let it hit the ground, and the Huskies just about botched it again. It was really a nice high, kind of that onside kick, and it just got behind the second wave, and the young man there for the Huskies reached up. I thought he touched it, and then all they could do was fall on the football, but there were white shirts in the vicinity.
Huskies will have it 1st and 10 at their own 31-yard line, moving left to right on the radio dial. 43 seconds left to play here.
They're down to 1 timeout, so they've called 2 earlier in this half.
Tell you what, the cooler weather is starting to move through. We're starting to feel it here.
Feels good.
It does feel
We've
good.
been waiting for that, I don't know, 5 months ago.
I might go home with the windows down tonight. Man in motion to the right, off the right hash mark, in whistle. The quarterback fakes a handoff, slings it right side,
Oh,
connects
my
with an
goodness.
open receiver. Xander Steele is going to be brought down near the 33, so that'll be a 2-yard gain for the Huskies.
Brendan Dye out there again with Tristan Profit. I mean, as soon as the football was caught, that's the difference you see, Grant. 3 white shirts right there for a minimal 2-yard gain.
2nd and 8 from the 33.
Clock's running. They may just let this run out. I don't know that they want to run another
Yeah,
play.
they're coming off the field. So with 13 seconds, 12.
They're gonna take a shot.
Yeah, they're going to do it.
They're going to take one more shot. 5 seconds in the half.
In whistle, off the right hash mark, takes the snap, scrambles to the right, slings it right side, connects with an open man. He's ran out of bounds at the 40, and this is going to be the end of the first half. So the Rams take a 27-0 lead as we go to halftime. We played a great ball game here at Edmond tonight, a long ball game with the lightning delay. When we come back, Zach Duffield will join us, and then we'll hear from Coach Leslie Van Meter as well, state champion cheer coach. We'll take a break and be back for the Jim Glover Auto Family Halftime Show. It's straight ahead. Again, Owasso 27, Edmond North 0. You're listening to Ram Football on 100.1 KYFM. Okay, this thing's about 14 minutes, so
What's that?
our interview's a half, so.
gentlemen, give them some encouragement. The Edmond Varsity Marching Band will be competing at Mustang tomorrow. Great job, band. And now, Husky Nation, it's time for the 2019 Homecoming Ceremonies. Please welcome to the field tonight's ROTC Silver Blade Saber Team under the command of Senior Airman Sam Reed. We will now begin the coronation ceremony by introducing our homecoming candidates. Our first set of candidates are Miss Michaela Breanne Hull and Mr. Jack Michael Cheek. Michaela is the daughter of Matt and Melissa Hull. She attends Waterloo Road Baptist Church and is involved in National Honor Society, cheer, track, and is a three-time state cheer champion. Michaela most admires her mom because she's such a hard worker and has always been her biggest fan. Michaela's favorite food is cappuccino chunky chocolate ice cream. Her celebrity crush is Shawn Mendes, and if she could have a superpower, it would be to fly. If Michaela had a warning label, it would say, "Warning, talks too much." After high school, Michaela plans to cheer at Oklahoma Baptist University and major in cross-cultural ministries. Jack Cheek is the son of Mike and Janet Cheek. He attends St. Luke's Methodist Church and is involved in National Honor Society, FCA, and is a 3-year starter on the football team. Jack's favorite food is his mom's fettuccine Alfredo. His celebrity crush is Selena Gomez, and if he could have a superpower, it would be invisibility, and his spirit animal is his dog Bear. The person Jack admires most is his dad because he has learned so much by his example. He has taught me to always give 110%, never give up, live life enthusiastically, and to say hi to someone new every day. Most importantly though, he knows his dad always has his back. After high school, Jack plans to attend college and study business. Miss Michaela Breanne Hull and Mr. Jack Michael Cheek. Our next set of candidates are Miss Alyssa Breanne Merkley and Mr. Colby Aaron Entwistle. Alyssa is the daughter of Scott and Cherie Merkley. She attends the Church of Jesus Christ of the Latter-day Saints. She is a varsity cheer captain, 3-time cheer state champion, 2-time cheer state academic champion, and carries a 4.0 GPA. Alyssa's favorite food is, well, let's just say upper crust knows her order by heart. Her celebrity crush is Delonte Shannon. If she could have a superpower, it would be to fly, and her spirit animal is a cheetah. Alyssa admires both of her parents because they always have the right advice and always support her in whatever she does. Alyssa's favorite pregame jam is Pretty Boy Swag, and after high school, Alyssa plans to cheer at the University of Oklahoma. Colby is the son of Ed and Rita Entwistle. He attends Life Church and is involved in baseball, football, and has broken the record for most passing yards in a game for Edmond North. Colby's favorite food is pizza. His celebrity crush is Billy Eilish. If he could have a superpower, it would be invisibility, and his spirit animal is a polar bear. Colby most admires his mom and dad because they do everything for him. His favorite quote is, "Hard work is worthless for those that don't believe in themselves," by Naruto Uzumaki. After high school, Colby plans to play football and baseball at a university. Miss Alyssa Breanne Merkley and Mr. Colby Aaron Entwistle. Next, we have Miss Sandy Allison Smith and Mr. Benjamin Wyatt Miller. Sandy is the daughter of Sean and Jill Smith. She attends Life Church and is involved in FCA, Youth Leadership Edmond, National Honor Society, and Balto. She is also the varsity cheer captain and is a 3-time cheer state champion. Sammy's favorite food is watermelon. Her celebrity crush is Leonardo DiCaprio. And if she could have a superpower, it would be to be able to breathe underwater. And her spirit animal is a koala bear. The people Sammy admires most in her life are her mom and dad because they work so hard and are always there for her. After high school, Sammy plans to cheer at Oklahoma State University and pursue a career in the medical field. Ben is the son of Jonathan and Jennifer Miller. He attends Life Church and has played 4 years of football. The person Ben admires most is his grandfather, Justice Joseph Watt. Ben's grandfather has played a pivotal role in his life by teaching him to be respectful, humble, and hardworking. His dedication to both his career and his family is unparalleled as he strives every day to be more like him. Ben's favorite show is The Office. His celebrity crush is Kate Upton, and if he could have a superpower, it would be telekinesis. His spirit animal is, of course, a husky. After high school, Ben plans to attend Oklahoma State University and pursue a degree followed by a career. Miss Sandy Allison Smith and Mr. Benjamin Wyatt Miller. Our next pair is Miss Isabella Brianne Bellick and Mr. Tyler Ray Trulock. Izzy is the daughter of Jason and Jennifer Bellick. She attends St. John's Catholic Church and is a 2-time state and academic cheer state champion. Izzy's favorite food is pasta. Her celebrity crush is Zendaya. If she could have a superpower, it would be time travel, and her spirit animal would be a monkey. If Izzy had a warning label, it would say, "Warning, attitude ahead." The person Izzy admires most is her father because he is the strongest person she knows, and no matter how hard the times have been, he's made the situation positive. After high school, Izzy plans to attend OU and major in business. Tyler is the son of Mike and Shelley Trulock. He attends Life Church, is involved in National Honor Society, and is the football team captain. Tyler's favorite foods are burgers and pasta. His celebrity crush is Peyton List. If he could have a superpower, it would either be super speed or strength, and his spirit animal is either a bear or a wolf. Tyler's favorite quote is, "We all go, what you leave should be bigger than you," by Cameron Boyce, because it's something that he relates to and tries to do daily. After high school, Tyler plans to attend either OSU or UCO and study mechanical engineering.
Nothing here at the half. The homecoming queen about to be announced for Edmond North, and while they do that, Kelly Ward is with Coach Bill Blankenship. Kelly?
Okay, Coach, with the score of 27-0 at half, after a weather delay and all of the things, what are you going to do in the locker room to keep your athletes motivated and aggressive for the second half?
Well, I'm just going to ask them to give me a little bit more, and if we get just a little bit more, we're going to rotate a whole bunch of guys in. It'll be a lot of playing. I love the first half that I've gotten out of these starting units.
Absolutely. So you're going to have some new guys, fresh guys, maybe in the second half to get some play tonight?
Pretty early, at least, yeah.
Okay, thank you, Coach. Appreciate it.
All right, that's Kelly Ward and Bill Blankenship. Bill Blankenship promising we may see some new faces if we get another touchdown or two.
Well, and actually we saw some new ones there in the first half as well, particularly his rotation at running back. Haven't seen a lot of Isaiah Jacobs, but we've seen a lot of Overstreet, Hagen Hood, and kind of just rotating running backs in and out back there. Cole Duggar has been phenomenal as well in the pocket, and the Rams really just clicking on all cylinders on offense and defense. Still got to shore up some things on the special team side.
As far as first half stats, the stats update brought to you by J & Company, certified public accountants, and with another by the numbers update, here's Steve.
Well, it's just been complete domination here in this first half by the Owasso Rams. They dominate with 14 first downs, and this Ram defense has been stellar, only allowing 2 first downs, and I think those came both on the same drive, and so defense is just playing exceptional right now. In the running game, Rams with 92 yards on 20 carries. On the other side, Edmond North -3 yards on just 8 carries in the ball game. 49 yards through the air for the Huskies as they are 4 of 7, and then Duggar is 16 of 23 for 218 yards. The Rams' total yardage in the ball game 310 yards. The defense only allowing 46 yards by this Husky offense. The Rams put the ball on the turf once, were able to recover that. No turnovers in the ball game for the Rams. The Huskies have put the ball on the ground twice. The Rams did come up with a fumble recovery. Penalties in the ball game, those have kind of been critical against Owasso. 6 penalties for 65 yards. Most of those holding calls and the one unsportsmanlike penalty call on a blindside block. The Huskies 3 penalties for 15 yards. Time of possession, this is kind of interesting. It's been relatively even. The Rams with nearly 15 minutes of possession in the first half and 13 minutes for the Huskies. Rams are 4 of 7 on third down. The defense has held the Huskies 0 for 4 on third down and 0 for 1 on fourth down. The Rams did convert a fourth down that was actually a touchdown play. That one was the 17-yard touchdown pass from Cole Duggar to Trey Goins, and that put the Rams up 20-0. And then Overstreet ran a touchdown in from 3 yards, and that put the Rams up 27-0. Really, the rushing stats pretty minimal for the Edmond North Huskies. 12 yards for Goff, 2 for Russell, 1 for the brother Goff. Entwistle at quarterback has minus 18 yards. He's 7 of 10 through the air for 49 yards. We mentioned that. Leading receiver has been man for the Huskies. He had 3 receptions for 36 yards, but the pressure in the face of Entwistle has really not allowed him to get comfortable in the pocket. On the other side, we got numbers everywhere. Overstreet, 5 carries for 32 yards and 2 touchdowns. Haven't really talked about him all year. He comes in tonight, and that shows you the versatility that Coach Blankenship has with this offense. Overstreet coming in, 2 touchdowns tonight alone. Cole Adams with a carry for 14 yards. Cole Duggar, 5 carries for 23 yards. Ronnie Thomas, 4 carries for 23 yards. Duggar in the pocket, 16 of 23, again carrying on his no interceptions so far this season, 218 yards, and he has 2 touchdown passes. Both of those touchdown passes going to Trey Goins, who has 2 receptions for 37 yards. However, he's not the leading receiver for the Rams. That goes to Peyton Lusk, 4 receptions for 56 yards. Mario Kirby has 3 receptions for 42 yards, and he's trucked a couple of Huskies on those runs. Keelan Carney has 5 receptions for 66 yards, and then Thomas a reception for 11 yards. It's Owasso Rams doing everything everywhere with everybody, and it's reflected right there in those stats here in the first half.
All right, we'll take a 3-minute timeout, and when we come back, we'll have the second half. Our score 27-0. Owasso leading here at Edmond North. We're back after this on KYFL.
Nominated by their peers and voted on by the faculty, the 2019-2020 Edmond North Teacher of the Year is Mrs. Sarah Lambert.
keeping all the stats tonight. We're just about set for what we hope will be a quick half in comparison to the first half, in which we had that 30-minute lightning delay, Steve, and hopefully no more of that coming our way.
Well, and actually, once the teams came out from the weather delay, I thought the first half went relatively quick. The Rams leading 27-0 here at halftime. I would expect to see Coach Blankenship maybe work on some things in the third quarter, as he talked about. Probably going to bring in a lot of new faces. We'll try to keep up with those with our rosters, but I look for him to maybe keep the ball on the ground and just kind of rush this one out, as it just looks like the Rams too much tonight for the Edmond North Huskies.
Well, we definitely, if the current trend continues, this could be a pretty quick second half, and we're just about set for it here on 100.1 KYFM and on the Owasso Sports Network. Back deep to receive for the Edmond North Huskies. They will send Zach Russell, the running back, and also they'll also send, looks like,
got to go to them to the right end. They went the wrong way.
I almost thought it said LeBron James, but it said LeBron
Jones. I know, I did that too. So, hey, we got a moment, and I want to update everybody on the Owasso girls softball won the district for their fourth year in a row. 13 seniors on this ball club, which is the largest class the Lady Rams have had in 19 years. And 7 or 8 of them going to college. The regionals start Tuesday, as they will play the loser of Muskogee and Stillwater, looking to punch their ticket to head to the state championship once again. A really good ball club. I tell you what, Coach Shane Eicher has had a lot of good ball clubs come through Owasso, and he's made the state tournament several seasons and the state championship a couple of times. But this may be the ball club that brings back some gold for Owasso to add to their to the cabinet that they already have, the trophies.
That'd be great. Logan LeBrew is the receiver for Edmond North, and he fair catches it at the 19-yard line, so that is where it'll be 1st and 10 now for the Edmond North Huskies as they move from left to right on the radio dial. As Entwistle, the quarterback once again, Colby Entwistle, 6'3", 195-pound senior. Twins out to each side of the line now for the Huskies. Entwistle with a quick toss, gives it off to first man through. He'll get up to about the 32-yard line. Nice run there.
Got a nice run, but I got to like the way these Rams tackle. They come in and really make sure that they make the play. They are not afraid to come up and stick somebody.
2nd down and 3 after the run from Zach Russell from the 32-yard line. We'll try to move forward and get a Husky first down here. 11:28, clock rolling here in the third quarter. 27-0 if you're just joining us. Twins out to the left side, one man split to the right. Entwistle takes it off the right hash
Watch a
mark.
pitch.
Another quick pitch.
And then the tackle. What a great job again by this Ram. Tristan Profit comes up and just drops the running back. That's going to be about a 2, maybe 3-yard loss.
Yeah, Tristan Profit got him at the knees.
Not only do they tackle well, but that just shows you the speed that they have coming up. He was probably 10 yards deep, but he read the play immediately, maintained his assignment, and now another 3rd down for this Husky offense. Rams with an opportunity to get off the field once again.
3rd down and 5, man in motion to the left now. Entwistle with a drop back and throw as he'll give it back up to about the 36-yard line, and on the run there, Jack Cheap. And that is going to be close to a first down. It'll bring up 3rd down in a few inches.
I don't know that it's going to be close. They're looking at the mark. They're going to call it 4th down. I thought he had an opportunity to be able to move upfield, but he chose to go ahead and run out of bounds. Let's see what the Huskies do here. Will they run a play?
Entwistle ready to take the snap here, dives forward, trying to get that first down. I don't think he's going to get it.
Yeah, I thought he did.
Well,
they're going to say fumble on the play, possibly.
You've got the binoculars.
Yeah, he's almost to the 35-yard line, which is going to be enough for a Husky first down.
Okay, so they'll move up the chains. I stand corrected.
They had to work for that, though. I still like the way this Ram defense is playing.
As Renee Mowry will tell you, Steve is always right.
She might not say that.
Oh, man.
Probably asleep tonight.
I bet she is. 27-0 our score. 10-14 left to play here. Twins out to the left side. Everybody close in on the right side. Man in motion to the left as Entwistle gets ready to take the snap. Dropping back to throw. He'll sling it up the middle. It's almost picked
That was
off.
tough. Gage Laney didn't know whether he wanted to go for the rib shot or to go up and try to make the catch, and he got caught in between there. And that receiver was wide open underneath, had three receivers on the left side, and then brought what appeared to be the inside receiver tight end underneath across left to right, and Entwistle just missed his receiver that time.
2nd down and 10 now from the 35.
Gage Laney looking for his 4th pick of the season.
Twins out to the left. Everybody close in to the right. Entwistle ready to take the snap again here. Does so. Running.
Pressure.
He's in trouble. Running out to the
Ball's
left.
loose.
Ball's loose. Who's got it?
I think the Huskies were able to come up with it. Entwistle may have hurt his hand. He's writhing on the field in pain as he tried to throw that ball and got hit in the shoulder. Trainers are going to have to come out on the field and take a look at him. He's holding his elbow.
Jaden Love was bearing down on top of him defensively and was a big part in forcing that play there. So as they come out and tend to him, we'll take a 30-second break and be back right after this. 27-0, Owasso leading it. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football on 100.1 KYFM. Will be the call here with the ball spotted at the 35-yard line. It looked like Entwistle was nursing a little bit of an injury there, Steve.
Yeah, they're looking at his elbow, and so we're going to have the backup quarterback coming in. I believe that's going to be Ethan Barnes, just a sophomore, and you got to bet that defensive coordinator Bobby Klink's going to put some pressure on him.
Well, he's about to be shown 6A football here. Barnes,
you're going to let him pass.
Rolling out to the right, slings it up the field, almost throws an interception as Dawson Adams was close to picking that one off, and that'll bring up 4th and 10 as Edmond North will bring out their punt team.
Well, I do want to send a shout out to my wife this evening, Grant, as she's recovering from some surgery. Everything's gone well, but she's home resting. I hope comfortably. They sent a lot of stuff home with us. So,
I bet they did.
Everything but the baby this time, which was a good thing. So I was okay with that.
The 2 words you know the best this week, yes, dear.
Yeah. I love you too.
Here comes the kick. End over end. That is going to be marked off at about the 30-yard line, so 31 maybe.
By the way, she may be getting the best care she's gotten because my Grant is taking my place there at the house. So I'll know how good a care she got if the doors are still unlocked when I get home this evening, which looks like it's going to be later than planned.
Grant Mowry don't do too good of a job there. So in comparison, I have no idea where my wife is tonight. So
she planned it that way. So
she's got the night off, and husband's out of town calling a football game. She's probably having fun. So. Anyway, stacked receivers on the right side. Duggar drops back to throw, slings it up the right side, and connects with an open receiver at the 35-yard line. Gain of 3 on the play will bring up 2nd and 7.
Keelan Carney out on the reception. Kind of a low throw, and didn't really give Carney an opportunity to get turned upfield. He had to go down and make the catch and come back up, and that's got to be a quick play in order to get a gain on the play, just a gain of 1.
Oh, okay. I was a little generous there. Duggar handing off, busting up the middle is Overstreet as he's going to be stopped and stuffed.
Yeah, I think Edmond North knows as well that they're going to have to start bringing some pressure this time. Overstreet's looked good tonight. He's just a sophomore, 5'8", 160 pounds. He's not so much the power type running back, but very shifty when he gets in behind this big offensive line who have been fantastic here this evening.
Twins to the left side. We called Overstreet's name as a freshman a little bit last year. He Had some times when he came in to
He had to.
fill in at some point, especially when Jacobs was injured last year. Dropping back to throw,
Wheel route.
Duggar, and he slings it up the right side. It's caught at the 30, down to the 26-yard line.
Yeah, that's Overstreet. He came out of the backfield and went down that far sideline. He was never picked up by a linebacker or a defensive back. Nice throw and catch that time to the sophomore, who is really throwing his name in for player of the game, and it's been the first game that we've really called his name.
That is going to be a nice asset here in the future, for sure, for these Owasso Rams. 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line. Duggar, the single back set behind him, stacked receivers on the left, and the quick handoff up the middle goes Hagan Hood this time at the 25 up to the 20, inside the 19-yard line. That should be close to a Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down. They're going to call it 2nd down and a yard here, so he's got 1 more yard to go as we've surpassed the 8-minute mark on the 3rd quarter clock.
It's been a solid drive here, though, Grant, to come out in the beginning of this 3rd quarter. The key here is getting better, and haven't seen the Rams play flat.
Duggar.
We got movement here on the near side.
Slings it left side. Here comes Thomas. Thomas at the 10. Brought down, stacked up at about the 7-yard line.
Yeah, I'm not even sure why they ran that play, because he moved before it was started. That should have been motioned by the offense. He was in the slot position and actually made a move toward the Edmond North sideline. I thought that was a procedure call.
Eagle Eye Rob Williams saying illegal shift here.
Not so much sure that was a shift as jumped the gun.
7:36 left to go in the 3rd quarter. 27-0 our score if you're just joining us.
Makes it 2nd and 6 from the 24 of Edmond North.
Man in motion to the right. That's Thomas. He'll take the handoff from Duggar. Thomas
He'll get a first down. No, he's going to be short.
gets to the 20, almost up to the 19. Just shy of that first down marker. That'll bring up 3rd down and 1. Well, 2. 7:14 and the clock rolling here. 27-0 our score. Rams will take it off the right hash mark here. Duggar lining up. Hagan Hood still there next to him, or behind him this time. Twins to the left. Now another flag flying.
I think we had movement by the offensive line, so that'll back us up 5 yards. Interesting here, though, Edmond North had 8 guys right around the line of scrimmage. Not all 8 were in the box, but they were close to it.
That'll bring up 3rd down and 7. Twins to the left this time. 1-man split to the right. Thomas in motion to the right. Duggar fakes the handoff, guns it up the right side. It's off the fingertips of his intended receiver as he was going for Hagan Hood, who was split out to the right.
Had him in the seam there, but again, the throw seemed low as Hood had gotten behind the cornerback and it was coming up on the safety, but still there was a lot of room to complete that pass. And of course, Coach Blankenship's going to go for it here on 4th down, leading 27-0.
4th and 7. Twins to the left, 1-man split to the right. That's Peyton Lusk. Duggar ready to take the snap here. Does so, drops back to throw, slings it up the left side of the field. Trey Goins is open. He's into the end zone, but they're going to wave it off. Wave it off as an
It's going to be an incomplete pass. I
Yeah,
thought he
they're
had
gonna
it when
wave
he
it
went
off.
in the end zone, and they're going to wave it off.
It looked like he came down with it, and they
We'll have to go
are
back and look at that. You know, the Rams have scored 4 touchdowns tonight that aren't on the board, by the way.
Yeah. That'll turn it over on downs if this stands here, and that'll bring up 1st and 10 from the 26-yard line.
I thought he had it when he went down to the ground and then Kind of just let go of it there, but I thought he completed the catch. As it is, ball comes out for Edmond North.
Entwistle, the quarterback, with a man in motion to the right here. He'll take the snap, roll around, drop back to throw, sling it up, and it's almost picked off. Almost, but he dropped it. 6:22 left to play here. $27-0 our score. 6:22 left to play here.
Well, our stream team comes in and corrects us on that it was not a catch, it was dropped. So they had the ability to go back and look at it in slow motion and decipher it and go to New York to the referees there and get the complete call. Brandon Brewer has inside intel to be able to come in and share with us. So we're going to go back and say good call by the referee.
Entwistle dropping back to throw, slings it up the middle, and the pass broke it up as he was aiming there for Xander Steele.
Hey, in all seriousness, Brandon Brewer and Brock Crawford, I'm going to tell you what, they're the two of the best, if not the best in the business when it comes to what we got going here at Owasso with the sports network and streaming. This has been fantastic for fans, not just in Owasso and Oklahoma, but across the nation.
3rd down and 10 from the 26-yard line. Drop
Pressure.
Back in,
Got him.
in trouble. They sack him in the backfield at the 7-yard line.
God, this Ram defense is so fast.
6:05 left to play here.
That was Andre King getting in there making some noise. Rams are having fun here tonight, and they're playing at a high level.
That'll bring up 4th down and about 1.5 miles for the Edmond North Huskies with 5:46 left to play here. 3rd quarter action. Broken Arrow won big tonight. We'll have that score update here for you in just a second. Here's the kick.
Low and short punt. Rams are going to get good field position in Husky territory.
1st and 10 from the 44-yard line is where they'll mark it.
Yeah, Broken Arrow ends up winning Tigers versus Tigers, but it's the BA Tigers that win 35-13. Norman was thought to be one of those teams in the West that might give Tulsa County some trouble. That's not the case, and Union has come back to lead Mustang 21-17. The Redskins trailed at halftime 10-0, but they've put 3 touchdowns on the board, and Jinx has recovered nicely as they have defeated Enid 62-10.
Wow, big game on the Plains there.
Made up some ground there.
1st and 10 from the 44 for Owasso. They're at the Edmond North 44. Duggar handing off. Willis Brown up the right hash mark, gets to the 35.
He just a shoestring tackle or he's gone. Willis Brown, a 5'8", 165-pound junior.
Brought down at the 33-yard line. They'll move up the chains. 1st and 10 now for the Owasso Rams. Another Waterstone Private Wealth Management 1st down.
Coach Blankenship true to his word here tonight as he's starting to rotate those youngsters. It's hard to do because we've already got a lot of youngsters in the ball game.
Stacked receivers on the left side, and now Duggar with the handoff. Willis Brown back up the middle, gets up to the 26-yard line, maybe the 27. Either way, that's a gain of 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Under 5 minutes to go here in this 3rd quarter. Rams leading 27-0 over the Huskies.
Clock rolling, 4:43, 4:42 out of the shotgun. Here he comes, Duggar back to throw. Slings it up the right side to Lusk. Lusk is at the 19, tries to break free, gets to the 13, and is brought down. That's another Waterstone Private Wealth Management 1st down.
That was a great throw by Cole Duggar, and Lusk that time got his hands out and caught the ball quickly, and he really does a nice job of evading defenders and almost was able to get by for the score.
1st and 10 from the 15-yard line. And now we've got a player running off the field in the midst of the play there.
Yeah, Edmond North took a timeout so they could avoid the penalty.
Okay, there you go. 27-0 our score, 4:20 left to play. We will take a timeout with them and be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Owasso Ram Football on 100.1 KYFM. with 4:20 left to go in the third quarter. 27-0 our score. A couple of scores from around the area. Collinsville Cardinals shutting out Tulsa Memorial tonight, 49-0. The final score there. Claremore finally got a win. They beat East Central 55-7. A few more scores from around the area here in just a moment, but now a quick handoff. First man through is going to break free to the 5-yard line. Is that Willis Brown? Yes, it is.
I thought he got bottled up behind the scrum going on in the middle, and then he just shot out like a cannon and almost got the Rams another first down. Let's see if they give it to him. It's going to be 1st and goal. That's it from the 5-yard line. I would guess they would continue to give it to Brown and give him the score on this drive.
Duggar hands off to Brown again. He busts through, gets up to the goal line. Does he get in?
Yes.
Touchdown, Willis Brown. That's what we're talking about, Willis. He's going to make it a 33-0 score with 3:44 left to go in this one. Third quarter anyway. So they'll try to kick the extra point here.
Hagen Hood once again.
Hood will do the honors. The kick, it's up through the uprights and good, and it is 34-0. It's 3:43 left to go in the third quarter. Take a break and be back in 30 seconds. You're listening to Owasso Ram football on 100.1 KYFM. Three left to play in this third quarter, 34-0. Owasso leading it as they'll kick it from right to left on the radio dial. Back deep to receive, though. Edmond North will put their receivers up at the 7-yard line. Here comes the kick. It's high, end over end. It'll be fielded. A fair catch called for at the 25. 3:43 left to play here.
That last drive by the Rams took 5 plays, covered 44 yards, and only took 1 minute and 17 seconds as Willis Brown, he did the damage on the whole drive for the most part himself. 5-yard touchdown run, and Hagen Hood comes in for the point after, and the Rams lead now up to 34-0. The Rams averaging nearly 44 points a game on the season.
Entwistle takes the snap, hands off, first man through, is going to get to the 27-yard line, dragged down by a mountain of Owasso defenders near the 30.
Brody Doris, a 5'8", 195-pound linebacker in the game now for the Rams. Cody Chase, 5'10", 175-pound sophomore, also in the game. We've got a bunch of new ones in here. Christian Ray, a 5'10", 195-pound defensive end, along with Tyron Collins, just a sophomore, 5'10", and 245. He's at the tackle position defensively.
3:04 and the clock rolling here. Entwistle, the quarterback, dropping back, looking in trouble, dragged down at the 18-yard line. Dragged down about 7 yards behind the original line of scrimmage there.
By the aforementioned Christian Ray, just a junior.
Well, if that's the play you're put in on, that's a heck of a play to start out on.
Absolutely.
2:37 left to play here. Hello to Christian Brothers owner Ray Adcock, who is texting classic television references into the broadcast this evening. Always appreciate his humor. Twins out to each side, shotgun formation for Entwistle. He switches places with his running back here. Takes the snap, drops back to throw, looking to dial up a receiver. It's almost
intercepted.
Almost picked off.
The quarterback missed his receiver, had him wide open there, but couldn't get the ball to him. And I believe
Braxton
that,
Bickham.
yes, a 5'10", 170-pound junior back there. And even the substitutions that Coach Blankenship puts in gets a 3-and-out here against the Huskies.
Well, I'm going to say that when the Rams get the ball, bear with us because it's going to be a whole new slew
We'll
of
try to get everybody mentioned, though.
names and faces. Yes, we will.
Grandma and Grandpa's enjoy hearing that.
Absolutely. Gage Laney back to receive, calls for the fair catch near the 47. Comes down to one knee, and with 2 minutes left, it's still 34-0 Owasso. Trying to get a shutout win here at Edmond North. So, we're going to bring a whole new slew of people in here.
Well, I can see Colt Adams is one of them. He's a freshman, but he's a key component of the starting offense as well. See if we bring back Cole Duggar or if we're going to go in with another quarterback here.
Kellen Pekoski will be the new quarterback. He's the number 2 man on the depth chart. He'll line up next to Hagen Hood. Pekoski with a man in motion to the right, drops back to throw and tries to connect with Keelan Carney, does so. Carney gets up to the 48-yard line of the Huskies. And that is going to be a nice gain there, about a 5-yard gain to bring up 2nd down and 5. 1:43 left to play here, 34-0 our score.
Not sure that's Hagen Hood in the backfield. I can't tell for sure.
Dropping back to throw, Pekoski again connecting with an open receiver there near the 42.
Jeray Austin.
Minute 25 left to go here. Yeah, that's Hood in there.
Well, we got 224s.
Oh, we do.
And
Dominic Ruff is the other one.
yeah, I'm not sure Hagen. The build looks different, I'll say that. Hagen looks a little taller, but they're both listed at 5'8", so it may still be him.
Pekoski handing off. Hood / Dominic will get up to the 30-yard line inside the 28.
Huskies getting up off the turf awfully slow right now. This Ram offensive line has leaned on them all night long, and 55 seconds to go here in the third quarter with the Rams lead 34-0. And you bring in fresh bodies on that offensive line, that's tough to hold up.
I'm going to say that's still Hood.
Okay.
40 seconds left to play here. Pekoski ready to take the snap. He drops back to throw this time. Throws to the right and finds Keelan Carney, who gets it inside the 23.
That was a nice tackle that time by Edmond North. Trying to see who was out there. That was John Barnes. If he doesn't make that tackle, Carney goes to the house.
6-yard gain brings up 2nd and 4 now. 13 seconds left to play, and they're going to let the clock run out on this third quarter. So we'll take a timeout, be back right after this. You're listening to Owasso Ram football on 100.1 KYFM.
That's the end of the third quarter. Please direct your attention to the north end of the field at the 25-yard line, where Principal Debrion Davis will award tonight's Edmond North Teacher of the Game. Ben Campbell is in his 2nd year of teaching at Edmond North and has been an amazing asset to our school. Mr. Campbell is the mastermind behind our event broadcasting class as he leads our students in creating and producing quality content each week at our sporting events and video announcements. Just a few weeks ago, Mr. Campbell was named one of the next generation 30 under 30 for Oklahoma City because of his impressive accomplishments and contributions to our school and community. Ben is also an Edmond North graduate. We're blessed to have Mr. Campbell as part of our Husky family. Congratulations to this week's Teacher of
Clock for the fourth quarter of play. Owasso leading at 34-0 over the Edmond North Huskies. I'm Grant Merrill along with Steve Mallory and Rob Williams. Kelly Ward patrolling the sidelines tonight, and with another J & Company CPAs by the number stats update. Here's Steve.
Well, the Rams with 150 yards on the ground. Quarterbacks for Owasso, 22 of 31 for 286 yards for a total of 436 yards in this game.
Koski slings it left, right, side to Cardi. Cardi into the end zone. Touchdown Rams. Oh, man, he's going to make it a 40-0 ball game. 11:52 left to go in this one. And just like that, Koski able to find Carney, who was out there near the 10-yard line, and he was just able to go almost untouched into the end zone to put 6 more on the board.
This is very reminiscent of last year when the Rams came away with a 48-0 victory. Not as many turnovers.
Hagan Hood will line up to try to kick the extra point here. He's directing some traffic, getting some guys in and out of the field here. Here comes the kick. It's end over end through the uprights and good. It's 41-0 with 11:49 left to play in this one. We'll take a 30-second break. Back for the kick right after this. You're listening to Owasso Ram football on 100.1 KYFM. Going this one 41-0. Owasso leading it over the Edmond North Huskies. Grant Merrill, Steve Mallory along with you on the road tonight here on the Owasso Sports Network and on 100.1 KYFM. Kelly Ward roaming the sidelines. I would bet he'll have a very happy and victorious Bill Blankenship after the game tonight, Steve.
I would think so. And his cousin doing the job down at Mustang, as they are now leading Union 23-21 with 13 seconds left in that contest.
End over end kick fielded at the 30, but they're going to knock him back to about the 29 on the run there, and the receiver is going to be Xander Steele there for the Edmond North Huskies. 11:47 left to play, 41-0. Owasso leading if you're just joining us.
Rams with 459 yards. We were talking about that the Huskies have minus 10 yards rushing on 14 carries. They're only 8 of 18 through the air for 58 yards. Total yardage in this ball game, 459 yards for the Rams, 43 for the Huskies. Tremendous dominance by this Ram defense tonight.
Twins to the left, Entwistle with a quick toss. He gets it into the hands of the first man through. He'll get
He
down.
fumbled it. I think the Rams came up with it.
He fumbled it, and the Rams did come up with it. You're right.
Let's see if they call him down. What's the call?
They're going to let him keep it.
Yeah.
Oh, well. We thought that it was going to go differently, but they're
That's okay.
going to bring up 2nd and 5 here. Entwistle with a man on each side of him and Twins to the right. Now a man in motion to the left as he takes the snap, bobbles it. Oh no, it's
Rams
down
got
on
a
the
chance
ground.
that
Who's
time
gonna
and
get
got
it?
the fumble. That's Ram football.
Owasso will have it here as Entwistle.
No, they're going to say he came up with it again.
Real? Are you kidding me?
I don't mind being merciful, but
Well, they're going to bring him back to the 25-yard line.
it looked like some kind of a trick play as they brought the running back out here to the near sideline.
That'll bring up 3rd down and about 15. We have a listener in Tarkio, Missouri tonight. You know where Tarkio, Missouri is, Steve?
I do not.
To the north and east of Kansas City. So hello, Will. Twins out to the right side. Ready to take the snap is Entwistle. He drops back to throw, rolling out to the right.
Got some room to run if he pulls it down, but he likes to throw it out of bounds, and that's exactly what he does. Into the hands of, Oh, we had a coach make the catch over there. Can't tell who that was.
10:17 to play, and that'll bring up 4th down and 15. 41-0, our score. I told Sean Hind from the Owasso Reporter if we got to 35-0, he could do play-by-play for the rest of the game, but he has not taken me up on the offer as of yet, Steve.
He has left the building.
Yeah, he's gone. He'll have a complete update in the Owasso Reporter, I'm sure, in the morning. So, and now here's the quick kick. And Gage Laney lets it go off of his fingertips. He's going to mark it off back at the 26-yard line. He tried to make the catch, couldn't do it, and now that'll bring up 1st and 10 for the Rams. 10:09 to play in this one. As we come to the top of the hour, we'll remind you you're listening to 100.1 KYFM Bartlesville, KYFM HD1 Bartlesville. .09 left to play. Glad to have you along with us. Twins out to the right, one man split to the left. McCoskey getting ready to take the snap, but not before we have issues being resolved here on the Edmond North sideline. We got a guy coming off the field and he's not too happy about it, so. McCoskey ready to take the snap with 10:09 left to play here. Twins to each side. McCoskey fakes a hands off to the first man through, Willis Brown. Brown gets up to the 30, up to the 25, or the 35, inside the 36.
I think that was Jeffrey Moore, the cornerback that's been getting picked on all night long. I don't know if they subbed for him or what, but you're right. He came off in disgust and then slammed his helmet down hard twice on the bench. And coaches around him now.
I'm going to say that's
funny. It's funny how coaching has changed, Grant. And now another Edmond North player comes over and slams his helmet down. So there's some kind of issues going on down here on the sideline.
1st and 10 now from the 36, as they say that was close enough for another Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down. 9:57 to play. Twins out to the right, one man split to the left. And now, handoff, Willis Brown gets up to the 41-yard line. They're starting to jump up and down here in the home stands for whatever reason. I thought we were having an earthquake there for a brief moment. Not gonna lie. 9:26 left to play here. It does kind of feel that way. Twins out to the right, one man split to the left. And now McCoskey handing it off to Brown again after a high snap. He'll get down to the 47. Should be good enough for another Waterstone Private Wealth Management first down. It is after the 6-yard gain. That'll move up the chains once again as the Rams are 4 yards shy of midfield here. 9:06 left to go in this one, and it's 41-0.
Got another nice drive going here as the Rams are looking to move to 5-0 overall and 2-0 in district play. Edmond North will fall to 1-4 and 0-2 in district.
Twins to each side of the line. McCoskey drops back to throw, slings it right side, connecting with the open Ronnie Thomas, who gets down to the 46-yard line. And he was about a yard shy of another first down here. So
Rams will be home next week as they celebrate homecoming.
Yeah.
And they'll be hosting the Norman North Timberwolves. That'll be a 7 o'clock start time. Want to invite everybody to come out for that. Putnam City North, they are becoming the darling of the West right now as they move to 5-0. They'll be a district foe down the line for these Rams.
That'll be a good game. 2nd down and 3, and a quick handoff.
Not much there.
Ball carrier drilled and knocked back a few yards. That was Willis Brown, who drop back to about the 47. So with that, that'll bring up 3rd down and 7 now from the 49. 7:37 left to play in this one. 41-0 our score. Glad you're with us tonight wherever you're listening, as we're watching for that matter. Koski ready for the handoff. Instead, he rolls out to the left, slings it up to the field, and falls incomplete, and a flag flies late.
I think we're going to have an ineligible lineman downfield. It looked like the entire offensive line was downfield.
Right. 7:15 left to go.
Hey, it's exciting, though, to be able to put on that Ram uniform and come out here and get in on a ball game. So sometimes when you get that excited, you want to go down and hit somebody, and that's what that Ram line was trying to do that time.
That'll bring up 4th and 7 from the 49. 41-0 our score. And let's see what they can do right here. On 4th and 7, ready to punt it away.
Nope, didn't get it off in time.
And the play clock rolls down to 0.
Yeah, we had a couple of players coming off late, but that happens late in games, Grant, when you have guys that aren't accustomed to coming in, and then you have a special team, and you get units mixed up on who's first, who's second, and we saw a couple of starters come running onto the field, and just a lack of awareness. That'll be something, though, that Coach Blankenship will address with his special teams.
4th down and 12. Here comes the kick. It's end over end. It'll be fielded at the 24-yard line. On the run there, Logan LeBrew for the Huskies. As he runs the other way, gets up to the 40-yard line. Flags flying as he gets to the 46, and that's where he's brought down.
Yeah, this one's going to come back. I think we had a couple of blocks in the back. Or maybe 2.
6:57 left to play here. 41-0 our score.
Try to get this worked out here on the field. Got laundry to pick up. Yeah, blocking the back. Probably 2. We'll just take 1.
So that realign the football here. 6:57 left to play. And that will bring up, well, they're going to move him down even further here.
Just at the 20-yard line.
$41-0 if you're just joining us. In whistle, the quarterback, twins out to each side of the line here. He drops back to throw, slings it up the near side of the field.
That's a pick if we can get to it. He put a lot of air under that one, and the nose didn't turn over. It just floated out. Incomplete pass will stop the clock at 6:49 here in the 4th quarter. 41-0. Rams over the Huskies.
6:49 and the clock stopped, as you mentioned, and they'll take it from the 20. In whistle, dropping back to throw, slings it to the right side. The pass falls incomplete.
Rams tonight thus far 471 yards of total yardage in this game. They've held the Huskies to 37. I mean, those are the kind of numbers you thought coming in, but, you know, in our coaches show, we talked about how this could be a bit of a trap game. Edmond North had only won 1 game. They've lost 3, given up a lot of points, but the Rams have come off 4 really big emotional ball games, and that can take its toll emotionally and mentally. And I got to give this coaching staff credit for getting these guys prepared to come in and take care of business. They did it early on, and it's continued here through the second half.
Dropping back to throw, in whistle.
Picked off.
It's picked off, going back the other way to the 30, to the 20, to the 25, down to the 10, 5, ran out of bounds. It's going to be Chance Milgate.
With a flag at the 16-yard line, but that kid's got to be excited that he's able to come in, just a sophomore, and he got it on what I think was the third tip.
Yeah, I mean, it went 1, 2, 3 into his hands.
Yeah.
And he went the other direction and hit the gas and never looked back. So we've got to start thinking about a McDonald's player of the game,
Wow.
Steve.
We're going to be giving away some meals here.
I bet old Tim Rich would spring for a few extras if we had to give away 1 or 2 more than normal. Be like the time you gave it to the whole defense, Steve.
Yes.
1st and 10 from the 26. Twins to the right. Pekoski, the quarterback, off the left hash mark. Hands off. First man through. Hagen Hood. He'll get down to the 22. No further, and that is going to be a 4-yard gain. That'll bring up 2nd down and 6. .6:12 and the clock rolling. 4th quarter action here. 41-0 our score. Six minutes. Koski moves it over to the left hash mark here. Trips out to the right. 1-man split to the left. Koski faking a handoff on the keeper. Runs to the right. Dragged down at the 20-yard line. So that'll bring up a 2-yard gain. 3rd down and about 3.
Well, Norman North will be coming to town next Friday, as we mentioned, and they fall to 1-4 this evening as they fall to the Moore Lions 56-21. So again, some future conference foes for the Rams. I want to remind everybody in Owasso that is a 7 o'clock start time.
Right.
And pending any weather, we should be done by midnight.
Sorry. 5:05 left to go here. Twins to the left. Koski handing off again. First man through. Gets up to the 20, down to the
Maybe 13.
13-yard line.
Hagen Hood in on the run.
4:51 left to play.
Tell you what, Coach Blankenship has a stable of running backs that he's got to be really excited about. We've seen, we know what Isaiah Jacobs can do, but you got Hagen Hood. We've seen Derek Overstreet score a couple of times here this evening, and even Willis Brown come into the ball game for the Rams and score and make some plays as well. So a lot of depth there for him to turn to.
Solomon Skalnick in at quarterback this time. He'll take the snap here. Handing off, first man through his Hood, getting down to the 10-yard line. He'll be brought down near the 9.
Skalnick, a 6'3", 170-pound sophomore. And, of course, that may be a name familiar to Ram fans. His sister, Rachel Skalnick, played for the Lady Rams runner-up ball club before playing with the ORU Lady Titans. I think she's still down there.
Yeah.
Doing a fine job.
Had a brother that had a little baseball success too. Up at Missouri State. Trips to the left, Skalnick. Handing off to Hood. Hood up the left side. Gets his feet knocked out from under him near the 10, but he was able to somersault forward for a 2-yard gain, getting up to about the 8-yard line. So that'll be a 3-yard gain actually. That'll bring up 3rd down and 4.
Clock rolling down to 3:20 to go here in the ball game.
3:17, 3:16, 41-0 our score. I know Rob will be furiously adding up stats here at the end of the ball game. Skalnick handing off, Hood busting up the middle. He'll get down to the 5.
He's just so shifty the way he can stop and go left or right and cause the defenders to miss. That'll bring up 4th down, probably just kick the field goal here. Rams with 471 total yards so far. I think one thing that Coach Blankenship, again, will want to clean up tonight, 10 penalties in this ball game for 90 yards. And, you know, in the early going, some of those, I mean, they're all critical, but some were at critical moments and times that killed drives for us in that first half.
Yeah, absolutely.
10 penalties in a game with 90 yards, that's too much.
2:17 left to play here. We've got a timeout on the field. We'll take it with me. We'll be back right after this. You're listening to Owasso Rams football on KYFM.
No one is allowed on the field after the game without express permission. Thank you for your compliance.
Hood will try the field goal here for the Owasso Rams. 2:17 left to play. The kick is up through the uprights and good. It's 44-0, and we'll take a 30-second break and be back right after this on KYFM. For 2:14 left to go in this one, and with another J & Company CPA by the number scoring drive update, here's Steve.
Well, that play for the Rams took 6 plays and covered 21 yards, and that was set up by the interception by Chance Milgate, and then was a 32-yard field goal by Hagan Hood. So the Rams hit their season average, almost exact, 44-0 our score, with 2:14 to go in the ball game.
Short kick is going to be fielded at the 31-yard line for Edmond North. They trail our Rams 44-0. Owasso will move to 5-0 on the season after tonight. Get ready for a showdown next week on homecoming.
I think Coach Blankenship and his staff is going to be, pretty satisfied with the way the Rams have performed here tonight. He wanted them to come out. They wanted them focused. I thought they looked focused, wanted them to improve. I think we've seen improvement. They came out with energy. It would have been a case of coming out and being very flat in this ball game. That was not the case. The underrated, sometimes not talked about, offensive line of Owasso came in tonight and really took charge.
End whistle, the quarterback, quick toss into the hands of the first man. Oh my goodness, he's going to get his feet knocked out from under him and almost up over his head. Jarrett Whitefield, the running back for Edmond North, really getting stopped in a spectacular fashion.
Well,
there,
Cody
Steve.
Chase came up and just stuck him where he met and picked him up off the ground. It wasn't anything visual, just a nice form tackle there by Chase.
End whistle, ready to take the snap again. And I believe we're going to have a timeout on the field. Minute 38 left to play, 44-0. We're back in 1 minute on KYFM. 44-0 our score. Minute 38 left to play here in beautiful Edmond, Oklahoma. Grant Merrill along with you tonight. Thank you for being with us here as we've got to start thinking about a McDonald's player of the game. I'm not sure who that's going to be just yet, Steve.
We got a lot of candidates here tonight, Grant. It's going to be a tough choice. A lot of votes coming in with a lot of different players. So
It's going to be like the Democratic primary.
try to decipher that.
20 candidates here. Now a handoff, first man through, gets down to about the 40-yard line, and on the run there is going to be Jarrett Whitefield.
Tell you what, that was a great play by the right defensive end, Christian Ray. We've called his name a couple of times here tonight. He was trying to get outside and was actually being held, but did not give up on the play, was able to break the offensive lineman that was holding him and was able to get in still yet on the tackle.
3rd down and 4 from the 39-yard line. 1:07 left to go here.
A lot of confusion offensively by Edmond North here with just a minute to go.
Now in whistle. Ready to take the snap. Turns, hands off. Oh no, turns, throws.
Gets his tight end and is knocked out of bounds. Braxton Bickham on the tackle.
Tight end just happened to be Jack Cheap. He's got some family members sitting in front of us tonight.
How do you know that, Grant?
Well, there's a lady with a cheap shirt on.
Easy.
Well, it's the name, not necessarily the value. So
That's the first 3rd down conversion of the game for Edmond North here tonight.
quick handoff into the hands again of Jarrett Whitefield. He'll get up to nearly the 50.
35 seconds to go in the game. It's been a long one, but a good one for the Rams, and they'll come out of here tonight with a win, 44-0. As the clock runs down, let's see if Edmond North is going to want to try to maybe get one more play off. 20 seconds.
Now a handoff, first man through, will get down to the 46-yard line, and that's going to do it for this ball game here.
We hope so.
Oh, we do. 44-0 will be our final score. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and the Rams are 5-0 with a big win over Edmond North tonight. A shutout win, 44-0. The final score. When we come back, we'll have our First United Bank Mortgage Group Ram recap. We'll name a McDonald's player of the game, and we'll go over a Matt J. and Company certified public accountants by the number stats update. Stay with us. Your post-game show straight ahead. You're listening to Owasso Rams football on 100.1 KYFM. I think our final score is the 5-0 Owasso Rams shut out Edmond North on the road, shut them out on their homecoming, as a matter of fact. And we're glad you're with us for the First United Bank Mortgage Group Ram recap. Grant Merrill, Steve Mowry along with you. We'll get our comments from Bill Blankenship here momentarily. Kelly Ward is rounding him up right now. But Steve, what a ball game we've had tonight.
Well, it was a good trip for the Rams, a good road trip. Coming in tonight, facing a district foe here down the turnpike. And, Coach Blankenship had some concerns. We talked about it in our coaches show on Tuesday night, and he wanted to make sure his ball club was prepared, and he took a lot of that responsibility. It wasn't so much the physical challenge this week as it was the mental challenge, and I think the Rams came in and did what they had to do in a superior fashion. In the numbers, as Rob is working feverishly to get those put together, I think those will reflect that, as is reflected in the score. 44-0 tonight. You see offensively the Rams able to get 44 points on the board, but that big 0 up there, there's going to be some defensive celebration as well when Coach Klink gets his defense back.
All right, let's go down to the sidelines. Kelly's standing by with Coach B. And we'll get him here. Let's see.
I'm with Coach, and Coach, as we walk off the field tonight with a score of 44-0 over Edmond North, what do games like this do for you, the coaching staff, and the student athletes?
Well, I hope it'll bring the morale up real strong, because a lot of guys got to play that don't get to play in a lot of those varsity games the first 4 weeks, and so I think that'll be really good for us. I felt like this was a really productive business trip. I thought we came over. I thought we were pretty darn sharp tonight. So, stuff like this can get sloppy, and I was really happy that it didn't.
Right. Coach, what do you do from a win like this to prepare for next week?
Well, hopefully do it again, but we'll have a home game, Norman North. Homecoming, you got to avoid the distractions of a homecoming. I think it'll be easy to get their attention. Norman North actually beat Mustang, and I understand Mustang beat Union tonight. So I think we're going to get everything stirred up a little bit.
Thank you, Coach. We appreciate it.
All right, Kelly Ward with Coach Bill Blankenship tonight down on the sideline, Steve. So obviously, Coach pretty happy with the performance this evening, pretty happy with the 44-0 shutout and the results of, as he said, this business trip here tonight.
Yeah, and he had it set up beautifully, had a great week of practice. He told us about that, and the young man here tonight. I tell you what, Grant, I think this ball club sees what is before them. They defeated 2 really quality opponents in Union and Broken Arrow, teams that we think we may face again. The Rams got some unexpected challenges coming up as well. We just heard Coach B talk about Mustang defeating Union. Putnam City North lies out there. So this district has got a lot of challenges ahead and a lot of work left to be done. Looking at the numbers here tonight, it's Owasso dominating all over as they finish with 23 first downs in this ball game, holding Edmond North to 4. Rams with 175 yards on the ground, 317 through the air with no interceptions. Edmond North just unable to get anything going offensively, minus 2 yards rushing, 60 yards through the air, 9 of 23 in the passing game with 1 interception. Total yardage in the game, 492 yards, 8 yards shy of 500 yards in this ball game offensively, holding the Huskies to 58 yards. Fumbles lost in the game. Only 1 fumble was lost, and that was by the Huskies, recovered by the Rams. Penalty yardage, we talked about the number of flags thrown on Owasso tonight. I know that's going to be an area that Coach Blankenship is going to want to clean up. 10 penalties for 90 yards in the ball game, 4 against Edmond North for 25 yards. The Rams with 28 minutes and 55 seconds of offensive possession in this ball game, 5 of 11 on 3rd down and 1 of 2 on 4th downs. Holding the Huskies only 1 3rd down conversion in the game, coming late with the 2s and 3s in the game. Huskies were 1 of 11 and 1 for 4 on 4th down. Looking at the individual stats, I mean, really nothing to read here or to look over for the most part for Edmond North. They just don't have anybody that got any positive yardage in the running game. Goff had 18 yards. He was the leading rusher. And then Entwistle had 60 yards passing, and that's really all there was for Edmond North. On the other side, Rams doing doing things all over the place. Overstreet, 6 rushes for 34 yards and 2 touchdowns. Cole Duggar, 5 rushes for 23 yards. Willis Brown, 9 carries for 57 yards and a touchdown. Hagan Hood, 10 carries for 44 yards. Duggar and Pulaski combined to throw 24 of 34. Duggar, 268 yards for 2 touchdowns. Pulaski comes in, he throws a touchdown pass of his own. Mario Kirby had 3 receptions for 52 yards. Peyton Lusk, 5 receptions for 69 yards. Trey Goins, 2 touchdowns, only 37 yards, but both catches were for touchdowns. Thomas, 2 receptions for 19 yards, and then Keelan Carney sneakily comes in with 9 receptions and 103 yards. A lot of those yards are yards after catch and a touchdown on the night as well. So great numbers. I mean, you got 5 receivers, you got 4 running backs that were all very active and contributed heavily in both the running and passing game.
Well, we've got to come up with a McDonald's player of the game, and I think most of us agreed that since we hadn't called his name a whole lot this year, but he comes busting out with 2 touchdowns and a plethora of numbers to back up those 2 touchdowns, and Derek Overstreet's going to be our McDonald's player of the game tonight.
Yeah, we're going to give that to him. He came in this rotation. We've saw more running back rotation tonight than we've seen all season. As Isaiah Jacobs, we want to see what the update is if there is an injury and the extent of that, but a 3 running back rotation tonight between Brown, Hood, and Overstreet predominantly. But Overstreet, Derek comes in, 6 rushes for 34 yards and 2 touchdowns. Does a great job in that. Had the rushing touchdown there in the first quarter, and then another rushing touchdown in the second quarter. Both of those in the first half. So we're going to give Derek Overstreet our McDonald's player of the game here this evening in this victory over Edmond North.
Well, Steve, we've got a lot to do before we have homecoming next week. Of course, a 7 o'clock kick. We got a big weekend. I know you've got the Hall of Fame banquet that you'll be emceeing next week. A lot of good people. We'll have some of those folks on InsideOwasso.com this week to talk about their contributions to Owasso athletics. But preparing for a big weekend next week. Hope that all of our Owasso alumni and friends of the program can be there next week for homecoming.
Yeah, it's going to be an exciting weekend, and I'll tell you, it's going to be a great class. We haven't talked about it much, and we will next week as the Hall of Fame inductees will be introduced out on the field at halftime, but also the banquet. Everyone is invited to that on Saturday night. You can call the athletic office and get details on tickets and things, but I'm going to tell you, it's always an outstanding class, but this one here is going to be very special to me. Some young people going in that I've had the opportunity to call that people here in the last 20-25 years will say we're some of the best athletes to ever come through Owasso, and then a couple of guys that are just really good friends of mine as well that have contributed heavily to Owasso athletics. But a big game against Norman North as they come to town to Owasso Stadium to take on this undefeated Owasso Ram football team.
All right, well, Steve, we will see you Tuesday night at Billy Sims Barbecue for Coach B's Coaches Show, Rams Showcase with head coach Bill Blankenship. And again, we'll be back on the air at 6:15 next Friday night with more Owasso Rams football as it'll be homecoming against Norman North. And we appreciate all of the fine sponsors that have brought our radio broadcast to you tonight. Appreciate Gabe Kessler and Horatio Bencomo, Brandon Brewer and Brock Crawford. They are the guys that put together the video stream every week, do a heck of a job. Kelly Ward on the sidelines, Rob Williams punching all the numbers. That's Steve Mowry. I'm Grant Merrill, and we are done here as Owasso wins at 44-0 tonight, shutting out the Edmond North Huskies on their own homecoming here in the central part of the state. For everybody I've mentioned, thank you so much for listening. Good night, God bless, and we'll see you next week. This is Owasso Rams football on 100.1 KYFM.